It's
like
the
it
amazing
just makes
music.
you want to dance like this.
Oh. Hey guys, welcome to the Bourbon Blend.
Welcome. I'm so glad to see everybody back this week on another amazing Thursday night.
We're working on our second dozen, so that's a great start to the show. I hope you guys had a great week. We are still bipedal and we are respirating.
Those are two good things.
So those are good things. We've already got some of the legends in the chisel. That would be Ravin, of course. Madison T. You may know her as Maddie or Mad Dog.
I do know who she is.
Sir Cousin from across the street, who's absolute royalty on this channel. We've also got OTAG, which stands for Orange Taffy Like Anal Goo, but we still love him. Chip Chip, who introduced us to Camel Rotisserie.
That is true, and
last week.
I don't think I can ever unhear it.
I got a few calls from a governmental agency that was fortunately put on layoff by Doge, but I'm afraid that had Biden been reelected, we would have gotten some questions.
Yes,
but, fortunately,
we would have had some.
We've also got
coming.
Detlef Schrempf. Do you remember Detlef Schrempf, Courtney?
Yes.
What do you remember?
I don't.
He's a basketball player that I liked in the 80s and 90s. Back when he used to play Sega Genesis.
Yes, I do recall a lot of that.
He played for the Sonics. He's a very tall man. Anyway, we've got some great stuff for you guys tonight. We're going to be drinking some Peerless Expressions, including one that was graciously gifted to us by Cousin and Bex from across the street. So we're looking forward to...
we have not popped the top on that one yet.
I mean, you just did it like a minute ago.
No, I mean, I took the protective sheath off, and it's ready for consumption.
Is that a habit for you?
Yeah. Protective sheaths no longer
So we're going to do some Peerless drinking and tasting, and of course, Courtney's going to tell you how many... she's going to give you a viscosity. No, what's Ravin's mouthfeel?
Mouthfeel, yes.
And then we'll give it grades on a scale of 1 to 4 charcoal briquettes.
Charcoal briquettes.
We also have a haul video from our trip to the bottle shop last Sunday. I think we did.
Yes.
And we found some stuff, although it is not here. And then we have some pictures, and then of course...
I mean, the world-renowned, the world-famous
we have
Courtney's Corner,
which is going to be a big deal tonight. Mike is here as well, who apparently speaks Spanish because he said "Hola amigos." That's what you'd love to see right there.
Nice.
Let's see. Ravin asked how Cuz was doing. Cuz said couldn't be better. That's what I love to hear. I'm going to be hanging out with Cuz tomorrow night.
Yes, ready to pop the tops.
Ravin says ready to hear AA pop the tops on a cool 8-1.
Yes.
On an Ale 8-1.
Ale 8-1.
Gonna pop the top on an Ale 8-1. I know. My first newspaper gig that was paid was in Winchester, Kentucky, home of Ale 8-1, which is a very popular...
I don't know if you can say it was paid. I mean, you did receive money for it, but it was mere pennies.
I had a great time working there. Eric G says, love the bottle shop. Eric G certainly knows his way around the bottle shop. He has been there a time or two. No judgment. Not saying he's an alcoholic. I'm just saying...
It's the bottle shop is very clean and crisp and very well organized. Definitely a female manager there.
You've said that before. It does seem very compartmentalized in a good way. Let's see. Cuz is going to have a little wilderness trail.
All right.
Which we enjoy, but we are skeptical because it is distilled in Danville, Kentucky, home of Center College.
Yes, that's a problem.
Which was our arch rival when we were at Transylvania, and Courtney, of course, has competed against the hated Center Colonels. Although your friend Sarah Nesmith, yeah, she played there, and we don't have a problem with her, particularly when she dresses up like Lista Girl. Mike says Spanish is real hard. Courtney, you like things that are real hard?
I do like challenging things.
Love to hear that. And OTAG says definitely hitting up the bottle shop on my drive to Hoover next month. I'm guessing OTAG is coming from Moultrie, Georgia. He could be coming from Americus. He could be coming from Madison, Florida. He could be coming from Jacksonville. Who knows? Maybe he will let us know. I figured if he was OTAG, he was coming from Oklahoma, but you never know these things for sure. Listen, so we've got some stuff we want to discuss. Oh, I forgot. We're also going to have some news tonight.
Yes.
Courtney came up with some bourbon news, so we're going to have that as well. So much going on. Ravin says that store pick Wilderness Trail slapped last year.
It did. We hit that hard in Orange Beach.
And Wise Guy Stu is here with us again. We love Wise Guy. We definitely don't call him a dumbass, that's for sure, with that name. And he's coming in from St. Augustine, or as my grandma Tate used to call him, St. Augustine.
Isn't Isn't St. Augustine the oldest city in America?
It may be.
I believe it is.
I consider Jacksonville a suburb of St. Augustine.
Is that right?
Detlef Schrumpf said, decided to spring for the good stuff and cracking open some good Aristocrat.
Aristocrat.
Do we know that one? I don't know that one, but it sounds bougie. I like that. Foolproof Hunter is here as well. Cheers, all.
All right.
Foolproof.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start off with, what do you think we're going to do first, Courtney? You want to start off with, how about we'll start off with a single barrel, okay?
Okay.
Peerless single barrel. I will tell you guys right now, what?
No, I said I know this is one of your favorites.
Peerless is probably my favorite distillery. I don't know why. I mean, I like it there, and Corky's a good dude. We've had good experiences there. But, man, they don't have a lot of stuff, and it's not some big distillery. But for whatever reason, man, these expressions just really speak to me. You definitely get more cinnamon than average with Peerless. True. And for me, it's the perfect amount of heat. I don't like a soft bourbon, but I don't want one that punches me in the dick either. Like, I want some kind of a middle ground there that's harsh, but not going to kick me in the dick.
Yeah,
as you have done a number of times.
Well, you've always deserved it, so.
Well, absolutely. I'm lucky to have only gotten 15 times. So we'll start off with some of this single barrel. They almost always, or perhaps always, give it some kind of a name. Oh. This one is called the Autumn Blend. Courtney, if you would read, or can you?
I cannot with my...
Okay. This one is the Autumn Blend. I got it.
Hang on. I got my old lady glasses.
It's a single barrel selection with natural notes of warm allspice and toasted sugar.
That sounds delicious,
I can't really show it here with that orange label. And I think if you buy single barrels, there'll always be another one right here. We have another one. Cuz has one that's called the Kettle Corn.
Yes.
So there's different varieties there. This one is the Autumn.
So let's have a little tasty taste here.
Let's see. Ravin says, what is in the Glencairn you got there? Not a damn thing right now, my guy.
Now. I'm going to have something in
Don Proper Dickin is here from Maastricht, Holland. He was on a bender to remember for our show last week.
Yes, he was enjoying, I don't remember what he was drinking, but he was enjoying something.
Because it says on the scale of 1 to punch you in the dick. Yes. All right, first pour.
Cheers.
One of my favorites, so we're starting off. But the reason I picked this first is because it's, we're going to go as a baseline here.
Yes.
Madison says you should include rye from the Peerless Distillery in your picks.
You need to send us a picture of rye because I forgot.
I'm not sure I have that here. Let's see. Detlef says Aristocrat is $15 for a $7.50.
Nice.
Wow, he's getting really
I need
splurging.
a little.
And stoop up.
Every time I have bourbon, I always enjoy bourbon, but the first hit that I have of bourbon always kind of takes me back.
Yeah, it does, particularly
like
this
kind
one.
of hits.
This is a Bardstown Bourbon Company, Glencairn, my man, that I think we kind of stole.
We didn't steal it.
We're borrowing it permanently.
No, it was given to us. Mine says 30A Distilling, so we are not matching today.
Yeah, me and,
Maybe we need to get some bourbon blend Glencairns. That sounds like something important.
That's interesting.
We can do that. I think
we did
can make that happen.
Distillery tour with cousin Becky at 30A, and it was really like a...
it was like my...
it was like a big classroom.
Yeah, it was.
Basically, is what they're doing.
It was fun. It was cool to see a very, very micro distillery, I guess it is. Yeah, very tiny.
Microscopic.
Not much bigger than this bedroom.
Ravin says they try to keep up with AA tonight. And, Chip was saying, those Glencairns turned out to be too small and curvy to etch with my rudimentary skills because Chip has made us some tumblers.
Yes.
Some...
For the brain drain.
Yeah, but I've tried... Is that the official name of what he made? Tumblers? Rocks glass?
Bourbon glass? I don't know.
Bourbon glass, yes, and they were amazing. But, these are tough, I would think, just because you have that... Those had a flat face on them. These are curved. And Cuz referred to a 38 Distillery as a closet. Yes. That is pretty much fair,
it was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun to see. It was enjoyable.
Eric G says, cheers, just joined the Peerless party with a pour of double oak.
Ah, nice.
Which we do not have in our possession. So he's ahead of us on that one. Nice job, Eric. Eric is over, I know he's in the southeastern United States. I want to say he's in South Carolina, but I'm not 100% sure.
Just so you all
Previously
know,
from Noon in Georgia, though.
Maverick is not joining us tonight, so he can't drag his parts on the carpet. But we do have a putty cat who is laying on the bed over here and definitely judging us. He is judging everything that we say.
Don Properdigan says, I got the Jim Beam Winter Reserve going. Tastes good to my layman's palate. That's what I like to hear, Don. And you are definitely not a layman.
Mm-mm.
You're a top.
This is tasty.
Yeah,
like
it's really good. It's hitting a little harder than I remember, honestly. Mm-hmm. But it's the first pour of the night, so.
Well, it's not. What is the?
It's right there on the.
Oh.
115. Courtney.
115. Yeah, I mean that will hit. 115 is not a joke.
Again, distilled in downtown Louisville, Kentucky, in a pretty small, not as small as 38, but a small area. I think they have 3 vats.
I don't know.
And 1 still there.
I don't know.
And it's kind of self-contained in one building there. And Corky, who's the owner, the current owner, I guess he's not the founder, obviously, because this goes back a long time, but he just walks around and chills and talks to people, and he's a very engaging, fun dude. He went to high school with the Allman Brothers.
Not high school.
He went to military school in Virginia with the Allman Brothers and loves talking stories about that. So,
yes.
Downtown Louisville, not exactly on Whiskey Row. It's on the other side of the interstate. So it's kind of a hike a little bit. I'd probably advise you drive over there.
A little bit of a hike, but they're creating Whiskey Row to be a little bit longer now, so it will probably meet up to it.
In that case, yeah, you're good. Eric G says Charleston, so yes, I was correct. South Carolina, formerly of Noonan, Georgia, however, which is also a good town to live in. Charleston's definitely an upgrade, though. Minimum 4 years. They don't have an age statement on the Peerless. Minimum 4, which probably means 4 years and a couple days, but anyway. 115 proof on this. You'll see the other ones vary just a little bit, and I believe this is 100-ish is what we paid for. It might have been 110. And difficult to find if you're not, well, for us, we always find this at the distillery. But I think if you're like in Kentucky, you might be able to find this in the store. Down here, we're fucked. We're not getting this.
We saw it at the bottle shop.
We saw red?
No, I'm sorry.
We saw the white.
We saw the white.
Which is good. We love it. Do you have a thought maybe on a grade here, Courtney? How many charcoal briquettes you're thinking?
I'm going to go with a solid 3. Jay's going to be like 3.
Chip says, shut it down. It's not a proper blend without a dog rubbing his dong on things. How about a host rubbing his dong on things? Courtney says, whoa, hold on.
We're going to vote. We're going to...
I'm not going to get a copyright strike because I'm afraid Dirk Diggler's going to jump in and say it was his. CBT gives us 3 out of 4 charcoal briquettes. I give this a 3.5 on the charcoal briquette scale. It's hitting pretty hard for 115.
Yes.
I know I'm trying to give it some space because it's my first one of the day, but
it's feels pretty warm to me, and I'm surprised by that because I don't really remember feeling real warm by it. But
remember we had some last week. It must have been one of those pin hooks that was like 120 and it drank like it was 100. So a lot of them go down, but this one's going up.
A little spicy to me. A little spicy.
But I get cinnamon. I get a good front end burn. I get a good back end burn. Great heat on it. Perfect heat in my opinion. As long as you take some Courtney or Maddie, what is it that I take before I drink? Famotidine. Yeah, exactly.
Which I forgot to take. Oops.
Let's see. Mike says he once went to a wedding in Noonan, Georgia. The reception was dry, and I was pissed. That is the worst.
That is the worst kind.
There's a lot of receptions that are great, but anything that's dry is bad.
So, I mean, I understand it if it's a religion thing. I get that. But if it's any other reason than that, no. Just give up something else to be able to have the open bar for folks.
Yeah,
and don't ever have a cash bar at a wedding. That's ridiculous.
You think that's tacky?
That's beyond tacky.
It's a gauche.
If you can't afford like liquor, then just get beer and wine.
Oh yeah.
Like no.
I would drink a beer. Me and Cuz will drink a beer.
I will drink a beer if it is provided to me for free. Of course I will. I like beer in general, but just not. This is going to get me lit quicker, so.
She'll put a lot of things in her mouth, just depending on the situation. We're going to move over to let's try the rum, Miss Courtney.
I finished mine.
I thought you already
Give
gave
me
it a grade.
Second.
Well, that pour was too heavy.
Oh, that's your fault. 'Cause you're the one.
Wait, who's pouring?
You poured it.
You're the one who's amphibious over there. Let's see. Some folks were talking about how they've had some experiences with Aristocrat. Most of them not great. Raven says, I remember people telling me they were from Atlanta just to find out they were from Newman. Yeah, I don't consider that Atlanta at all.
No.
And then one time we took Maddie out to, what's it called? Atlanta Motorsports Park, I think. I was like, oh, hell, it's in Atlanta. No problem. It's not far away. Like, holy shit, man.
It's past Lake Lanier. Like, it's way out there.
Yeah, they should not call that Atlanta. Like, you're 40 miles from Atlanta. That's crazy. Shit, I picked up my Tesla in somewhere out that way towards Sugarloaf. I don't remember what the name of the borough was, but even there, I didn't think it was in Atlanta. If you're outside of the Beltline, I think you're not in Atlanta anymore. Let's see. Eric G says you should be able to take your wedding gift back if the reception is strong.
Fair. That's fair. Yes, that's fair.
My man. I should at least get like credit or something. And Tim the Toolman Taylor says Bracelton, which is out toward Greenville, I guess, is going at that other interstate.
That's near where Andrew lives.
Yes, Andrew lives out that way for sure. Bracelton's like the next borough out. Okay, so I was really happy with this. Courtney was reasonably happy with it.
I like it. I love the bottles. I think the bottles are super cool, and I'm into different types of bourbon bottles, so I do like that a lot. It's probably one of the reasons it's pricey too.
You tend to like the ones that are like girthier rather than longer.
True.
You want to try you want to try rum or you want to try toasted next, Courtney?
Which would you prefer?
We'll try toasted next.
Okay, here we go.
I went ahead and did like we used to do at the Kentucky Colonel, where we lowercase all vowels. I don't know why this just hits me that I would do that, so I did Peerless Toasted.
That looks weird.
I'm sorry.
Looks weird.
This is, of course, distilled in Louisville, Kentucky, same as what we had last time. 4 years old. Could be 4 years in a day. Could be 4 years and 6 months. Who knows? This is going to be then the toasted barrel, finished 111 proof. And this is about a hundo. Your brother-in-law, my brother-in-law? Is he my brother-in-law?
He will. Yeah, he's forever our brother-in-law.
He's my brother-in-law. Mm-hmm. My brother-in-law Greg got this for us. He got it at the distillery, I think on a drop, and brought it back for us. I've never seen this in the store. I would be surprised if any of y'all have seen this, because I think this one's pretty tough. And I love the color scheme on it because it works really well with the color of the juice, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's just a badass looking bottle right there, in my opinion.
Maybe because the name's toasted, but I smell like pecans.
Oh, this is a much sweeter front end for sure. And I taste like nuts. Yeah, like pecan. Good call on that. Good call on that. Like sugary pecans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Raven says 3/4 of the people that claim Atlanta were just exiled due to being OTP. My man Raven knows his sociology, believe me when I tell you that. Tim the Toolman Taylor says living in Noonan and claiming Atlanta is insane. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Fayetteville is not Atlanta. Obviously, Noonan's not Atlanta. Peachtree City is not Atlanta. No. Villa Rica is not Atlanta.
LaGrange is not.
LaGrange is hell no, it's not Atlanta. And I don't even think that like where Langston Hughes is, that's still not Atlanta. You got to get inside of that, in my opinion. Once you get to the airport, then you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see. Derek G says girth, length. We still talking about bourbon. Hey now.
Of course we are. That's all.
Hey
We're definitely only talking about bourbon. There's never any innuendos on this show.
Don says dry receptions happen. You just got to go to the side reception later.
Dry reception sounds incredibly painful.
It's better than a side.
For a couple of reasons.
It's better than a side tug. Let's see. Tim says pecan or pecan. Courtney's pecan.
Pecan.
Right? Pecan. Courtney taught me that, though, because I never knew what the hell they were.
Pecan.
Let's see. Cuz says, I haven't seen toasted in a store. And if somebody knew about a toasted in a store, it would be Cousin. He's got, like, radar. Like, tough to find in a store, that is for sure. Tim the Toolman says, LaGrange, LMAO. I mean, that's damn near at the border. You know what I mean? It is
at the border.
Don says, I like your description of the toasted. JG, do you taste pecan pie?
I don't know that it's that sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's It's a mix between, how about this? It's a mix between a regular pecan and a Bucky's pecan.
Oh, yeah.
A Bucky's toasted, sweetened pecan.
It's very sweet on the front end, though,
Yes.
which changes a lot, because Peerless Regular is not at all.
Yeah.
And that single barrel wasn't either. So if you ever drink Peerless and go, man, I'd like it if it was a little sweeter, this is the one you need to pick up.
Yeah,
here.
but I don't know how you get it easily. But
I don't know how you get a hold of this.
It is tasty. It's very tasty.
Is this one of the ones that Gregoire like picked up and had to hold for us for a while?
Yeah, because he didn't end up showing up when he was supposed to. Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But
Do we
hey,
have a sound for that? I think we
don't
have a
think
sound
so.
for that. We don't? Damn, that sucks.
This is tasty. I like this. This is good. I haven't had it in a while. It's tasty.
Glad you like it. Because there's Frisky Whiskey located in the ATL. It's just outside of the city.
There. It's very close.
Right there on the border, no problem
Yep.
at all. This is damn good right here, guys.
This is really good. I like this a lot. I could easily drink this. I like it better than the other one for sure. I would give
so
this
CBT.
3.75.
Oh,
Like, this is good.
whoa, really?
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
CBT gives it a 3.75,
Yeah.
and JGT is going to give it the rare 4.
Oh!
I'm going to give it the golden.
Damn.
I'm
At least put 4.0. Like, don't just a 4. It looks wrong.
I'm going to give it the Richie Sexton Golden Sombrero, 4 strikeouts right there, the 4.0.
Wow.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Nice. It is really good. So, that's a winner for sure. If y'all ever stumble across it, pick up one.
Mike says the photos they took of me the night of Noonan are classic. If looks could kill.
Ah, Noonan.
This reminds me of my favorite Motley Crue song, which is Looks That Kill.
Oh, is this where the dry reception was? Was that in Noonan?
Yeah, but he ended up
Oh.
doing a little side tug and everything was Gucci.
Oh, wow.
And also, Cuz said that the whole state of Georgia is just a suburb of the ATL.
I mean, most
Ravin
people
says
think
politically you are correct. I don't think that's true at all. I think Atlanta's blue and everything else is red,
that.
right?
Yeah. I think Savannah is, I don't know.
Ravin says that's saying it's a perfect bourbon. So I don't know about perfect, but I would say this is one of my top 5s.
Wow.
Top 5 bourbon. I mean, this is right below the Parker's
That's
Heritage
impressive.
Double Barrel Blend, which I always say is my favorite. And Cousin is also a huge fan of that. And Cuz, I'm so glad that we have a bottle still.
Chip, we'll bring this down to Orange Beach. You definitely need a pour of this.
You talking about the toasted? Mm-hmm. Hey man, we love Chip, but
I'm saying he gets a pour.
you know his wife won't
and-
be there.
Oh, okay. What's that have to do with anything?
Well, I mean, it takes away a little bit, right?
Well, of course, but I mean, I'm saying that we'll bring this down for select few to sneak.
You're not gonna do like the Art of the Spirits, where you have a fucking party and tell everybody to pound it, and it was my $200 bottle of bourbon that's gone.
I cannot believe you're such a baby about it. Don't leave it on the counter. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. If somebody comes to my home and a bottle of bourbon is sitting out and they're like, hey, can I have some of that? And I tell them no, then I need to tell everybody to leave because I have no business being a hostess.
Okay.
If you didn't want anybody to touch it, you need to put it away.
Then I probably should have.
You just needed to keep it put away. Just keep that thing put away.
If I'd known it was that kind of party, I would have put my dick in the mashed potatoes. Believe me. Moving on. That's a Bismarcky lyric.
You're so disgusting.
It's a Bismarcky lyric.
I don't care. You're still nasty.
Chip says, I bet I would like that toasty flavor, flav. Sounds good. Well, guess what, buddy? It's going to taste good for you because it's going to be in your mouth next month. Well, hold on. We're not to March yet, are we?
Whatever.
In like
Coming soon.
7 weeks or something.
Coming
like that.
soon.
Otag says, well, dang, I'm going to have to crack my bottle of toasted then. If he has a bottle. Do you have a bottle of that?
Yes, you need to crack that open.
Don says they're about to throw hands. The only hands we throw in is mine.
Jay would love me to throw hands, I think.
Getting a little grabby, a little handsy.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Don says Beastie Boys. I thought it was Bismarcky.
Devastation. You know not to ask me.
Well, I mean, I don't even know the Beastie Boys that well. I just remember Bismarcky saying that. Anyway. Okay, so Peerless Toasted, we're pretty fired up about it. Let me record the
data.
The data. Thank you, Courtney. Toasted, toast. 4.0 for JG and 3.75 for Courtney. That is very, very high.
I should always be listed first because alphabetically I come first. And then secondly, I'm the lady. So.
Brad J says, Bismarcky just showed up on the Bourbon Blend.
Yes.
I wish he was here, but he's not going to be here for various
darn.
reasons.
Wonder why.
He's not
Unavailable for comment.
He's unavailable for comment, yeah. Let's see. Chip says, I think number 19 killed the Russell's Reserve. I left an OBA last year. You got to watch out for number 19.
He can get a hold of something.
He's not a thief by any stretch, but he can drink a little bit. I don't think he knows his limits real good. He don't throw up or nothing, but he'll fall asleep now.
I mean, he's a babe. He's a baby.
Whoa, no, not number 20. Number 19 is what he's talking about.
Oh,
that's the
sorry,
dad.
I thought you said 20.
All right, we're gonna move over to the rum barrel. Oh, it's the rum barrel finished. I can't even tell you guys about how rare this is because I've never even heard of it. Cuz and his lovely wife Rebecca picked this up and they gifted it to us for Christmas, which I thought was incredibly generous thing to do.
All right, let's hear this.
Oh, that's the very first one too. That's like breaking a hymen right there, Courtney. Nice job.
No. Ah, it smells delicious.
Talking about Phyllis Hyman.
I'm looking forward to this. It's definitely darker than the others, which is not surprising considering it is finished with rum barrel.
You remember from Friday, they said the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So.
Well, we will find out how sweet this is.
How sweet it is to drink rum barrel finish.
Oh my.
Keep your
day job. All right.
Wow, I can really smell like, I don't smell any regret on the nose there.
Oh. Definitely smells sweet.
I'm excited. I've never had this. Cannot wait. Oh, interesting. It really mutes the front end a little bit. The front end does not hit hard at all.
Yeah.
Still has some of that sweetness, although it's not quite as sweet as the toasted barrel. It really it mutes it in a way.
It's good. I like it.
I could see you liking this because I think it takes the single barrel and it takes away the things you hate about the single barrel and just leaves the stuff you like.
It's very good. It's sweet and it has a very mild linger. Like it's not a big hug, and it stays on the tongue, not in the throat.
Oh, Ravin wants to know, we haven't got any mouthfeel data, Courtney.
Oh, we have not. So let me get some adjectives for you here. Hold on.
Interestingly, I don't necessarily taste like a rum in this at all.
No, I taste sweetness. I don't necessarily taste rum.
I just get a little bit. Oh, I got it in that one though.
You get it in your second pull.
Yeah, the second time down is really when you start tasting it better. Let's see. Ravin mentioned that he loved the pop on that rum barrel finish. Cuz wants to know how many charcoal briquettes the pop was worth. And Eric G says 1,000 briquettes for that quart pop. Courtney, 1,000 briquettes.
I'm so glad to hear it.
That is huge. Absolutely huge. Don Propertigan says bourbon blend karaoke may be the best idea I ever heard at Orange Taffy Like Anal Goo.
Oh, Lord.
We've kind of done it before, though, when we did Courtney's Corner many years ago about best 80s songs or whatever.
Hey,
what are you doing, bro?
He's trying to knock shit over.
We did like best 80s songs, and we started singing shit, and I don't know, it gets a little hairy.
a little.
I'm the kind of guy. I go to a karaoke event, and I mean, you can't really take the mic out of my hands.
Imagine that.
Me and Stoltzy we're karaoke brothers, like for real.
Did not know this.
He can sing some country music, man. He really can. He can sing John Michael Montgomery like nobody's business. I'm telling you, the guy can do it, man.
I had no idea.
I know. I love hanging out with Stoltzy, and I think Stoltzy's an amazing dude.
I did not know that. So.
He's going up to Kentucky for the UK game. And he's going to stay a little bit longer because his parents were both hospitalized recently with COVID, believe it or not.
Shit.
They got out. They're fine. Hey!
Quit fucking with that.
They got out and they're fine, but they're Morehead State graduates, Courtney.
I did not know that. I knew they lived in Kentucky, but I did not know they
live in Greenup County, Kentucky. Absolutely.
Morehead State graduates.
Actually, no. Yeah, his mom is a graduate of Paul G. Blazer High School in Ashland, Kentucky.
How about that?
Let's see what we got here. Otag says, Don, sign me up for that digital underground, the Humpty dance. All right, step off. I'm doing the hump. I know that one, Big Daddy. Don says, start up Taylor's Port Blend show for some show enough karaoke. Taylor's Port Blend. E.H. Taylor Port Blend? Do I know that one, Don?
I don't know that I know that one.
We're not huge on the Taylor because it's hard to get a hold of. I got like one bottle. I'm happy to have had it. I mean, Cuz has a couple, I think, and that's about it, man. And you always think you're going to go up there to Buffalo Trace and they're going to pop that shit out on your day, and it never happens. We always end up getting Wheatley. And like fucking Buffalo Trace or something. Like.
Nothing too exciting.
Whatever.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Ravin says, is Stoltz bringing back a wagon full of brown water?
I don't know about that.
I don't know. He's never brought me brown water. I wish he would. He loves the brown water, although he
needs to go shopping while he's up there.
He thinks Elijah Craig's really, really good, and I'm just like...
It's all right. It's all right.
Barrel proof. If you get the right one, it's pretty good.
Yeah, this is very good. I like it. Thank you for the Christmas gift.
Yeah, it's really good. This is going to get a lot of charcoal briquettes here. This is going to be like a Weber grill. Not a Corey Weber, but a Weber grill full of charcoal briquettes. I'm just saying, it's so interesting to me. I thought going in we would taste a lot of rum.
Yeah, I don't taste a lot.
And you don't really taste the rum. You just get like a sweetness, and then it mutes the front and the back end.
It's very good.
So I could see this being a good one to give a girl that you're trying to party with a little bit. And
yeah, the problem is that most women aren't going to take bourbon straight.
What about my woman?
Take them neat. Well, I am, but a lot of ladies don't, and it's disappointing.
Okay.
So
the ladies I know would.
Most of them, yeah.
I mean, Becky would.
Yeah.
I mean, Becky does. Sonia does. Bridget, she's tried. She dabbles.
That's okay.
I don't know that Chris.
Some people like it, and some people don't.
Does Crystal drink bourbon straight? No. Yeah, that's how we ended up with a tequila sunrise, right? And we got roofied. We got roofied on that one, bro. All right, so it's time for some grades, Courtney. Oh, I got to put them on the board first. You can put it on the board. Here it comes.
3.5.
3.5 is a
very good.
very, very good grade for Courtney.
Very good.
J.G. Tate, who is me, I'm speaking about myself in the third person. I'm going to go 3.5 on that as well,
okay.
which is a really good grade.
Yes. Yumminess.
So rum is 3.5 and 3.5. That's pretty good for you, Courtney. You've been pretty nice today. Usually you can throw around some 2s and some 1s.
Well.
Because you're a hater.
I'm not because I'm a hater, because I'm picky.
I would like to get some data from Sir Cuz, if he's still on, about where he grabbed this. I don't know whether he sourced this, so I don't know where to find that.
It was yummy.
Let's see. Stoltz has a company credit card, Vivian asks.
No.
We keep a very close eye on the spending. Don says, look, we keep being silly, but man, I'm listening, and I will be on the hunt for Peerless Toasted. Okay, I mean, I think it'd be great. Don, I think your better choice would be to come to the Orange Beach party at Chip's place in April, and
there you go.
I will personally see to it that you put your mouth on some of that, because I'm not sure you're going to find it other than that. Eric G jumps in to say, imagining Stoltz singing John Michael Montgomery Going Once is absolutely hilarious. I don't know the names of the songs, but I know that he likes John Michael Montgomery. I think he just grew up on that or something, you know?
Because
when I mentioned, like...
I mean, I grew up in Kentucky, but...
Oh, yeah, what's your
excuse?
excuse?
Not listening to that.
You got your lipstick all over that. Look, that's nasty.
You need to shut your dirty hole.
I wish I had 100 like you, Courtney. Hey, cat, get off our TV, bro.
The cat is on the TV.
All right, that concludes our sipping of the night. Well, no, it doesn't include our sipping. It concludes our official tasting of the Peerless. And basically, we love Peerless. And if you guys haven't had an opportunity to drink some Peerless, I strongly recommend that you do that. I know it's a little bit expensive.
Try it.
I know it's a little bit expensive. The regular Peerless is, I think, $75 to $80 in the ABC, and then these are more expensive. And if you go to the distillery, they usually have a lot of good stuff, but it's expensive.
Yeah, it is pricey. It is pricey.
But it's like the equivalent of like a craft bourbon. I mean, I think this is not a big deal. I mean, what I mean to say is, it's not Jim Beam. It's not Diageo. It's a small family business, and that's the way it is. Of course, Willett is like that too. He says he found it in a store in Gainesville, FLA, home of the Florida Gators, Courtney.
Very nice.
You have been there. We went to Gainesville the first time when we had Doug.
Oh,
and we had to leave Doug with the vet, and we were both sad.
Oh my gosh, we were devastated when we had our first pug.
It was like 1999 maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Something like that. I was like, we have to leave the pug. Nope, we're going to take the pug with us.
Did you have dinner with Spurrier? Did you go see Spurrier?
No, I did not.
Fuck.
I did not.
Back in those days, man, sports writers, I'm a sports writer by trade, a lot of you guys know that, and when we used to go on trips, like when Auburn would play at Florida, they would make it a really big deal, Florida would, to host the writers from the school that were coming in. Like these days, they don't give a fly and flip about it.
Well, because a lot of them aren't journalists.
But back in the day, they did, and so they had us. The one that you went to, I know, was in the stadium. We had like a dinner, like essentially a catered dinner on a Friday night in the stadium, and it was really nice. The next time I went, we had dinner with Spurrier at a restaurant that was just kind of outside of town.
Oh.
And he just sat at like picnic tables with us and just answered questions. God, you got any questions for me? I think Auburn got a pretty good team, like that kind of a thing. And we also met Nature Boy Ric Flair. I don't know if you remember that. He was at the hotel. No. He was very handsome. Let's see. Ravin says, I need to start a YouTube channel for low-end bourbons called Pours for Pours.
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
I think I got a laugh for that right there.
The Aristocrat would be on there. Some, what's it called? Lord Calvert?
I don't think he'd want to drink Lord Calvert. But the Evan Williams Single Barrel is a low-end bourbon, and it's pretty good.
That's good for what
Wild Turkey
it is.
101's a low-end bourbon, and it's pretty good, too. Although someone mentioned it's $40 now for a fifth a half gallon.
For what?
Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, I don't know. Is
going up.
Is that much money?
Cuz was asking, how does this compare to the Bardstown Foursquare, which we haven't had in a while?
We have not had that in a minute, so I don't remember. That was gross.
You did it earlier and you didn't care.
I did not do it on this live YouTube show.
You burped in the lunch room.
Well, that was your fault.
I thought we had our Foursquare up here, but I guess we don't. I'm going to blame my administrative assistant for that one. So,
man, what a bitch.
I remember it being really good. I just don't know if it's better than this. They're probably about equivalent to me. Eric G wants to know if Bardstown Foursquare is worth the money. So what I would do on that is, they have a collaborative series rum finish, which is it has like a parchment color sticker on it. Give that a shot first, and then maybe work your way up to the Foursquare. The Foursquare is a black one with gold lettering. Mm-hmm. It's probably another $50, and
we saw that at the bottle shop,
though. Hold on. Don says, "Look, no shit. Is there an Aristocrat bourbon?" I'm telling you, Detlef is drinking it right now. I've never heard of it, Don. I'll be honest with you. Hey, man.
Hey, kitty.
Don't be a dick.
You might have to kick him out again.
All right, let's move on. You want to do some news, Courtney?
Sure.
All right, let's do some news. We're doing the news with Courtney.
Okay, so I'm both of us are big Bardstown Bourbon Company fans. They do a lot of collaborative stuff with other folks. That used to be how they got... Okay, hey, you're messing with our fine wall. Tell them bye.
Bye, pussy. Bye, guys. I love my blenders. You gotta go.
So inappropriate. So, dog waiting outside the door. Anyway, we really enjoy Bardstown Bourbon Company, and for many, many moons they didn't have their own juice, so they always sourced all their stuff. And then now they have their own juice, and they're mixing it with some other things too, and aging it and other things. One of the things I thought was interesting that this is coming out at the end of the month at the distillery and at their tasting room in Louisville. Those are the only two places you can get it. But I thought it was very interesting because it's called Cathedral French Oak Barrel Finish. And so when you read about it, it is actually from 300-year-old trees. The barrels are made from 300-year-old trees. Like, that just seems crazy to me. I said, why are we making barrels out of 300-year-old trees? Like, can't we just let those trees still live? But anyway, the same wood was used when they were repairing Notre Dame after the big fire that happened, maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah,
4 years ago,
COVID,
whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same wood there. But now we're just going to put some barrels together, pour some bourbon in it, and let it finish in it. So,
how about that? Well, it's only 2 to 9 barrels, so we're probably not using that much wood, right?
I know, but still, it just seems, I guess maybe it's, I don't know. I was a little disheartened by that. I'm not a nature lover. I'm not a big tree hugger. But I was like, damn, I think those trees should have just kind of hung out there.
Yeah. It seems a little frivolous, right?
Yeah.
To just be filling up our gullets with, not ours because we won't be able to afford it, but.
But I will tell you this, I would definitely taste it if I could get my hands on it.
Yeah, Ravin says, whoa, I thought you were saying it was aged for 300 years. No, it's just the barrels are made of... Yeah.
I think it's only aged like 14 months or something like that in it.
But it's also like at the youngest, it's 9-year juice.
Yeah. So
it's going to be, yeah.
It's a mixture of all those.
I guarantee you that the bourbon snobs that are going to drink this, which will not be us, they'll say it's amazing. I guarantee you.
Well...
It's like Guy Fieri everywhere he goes. He's like, oh my God, I love the crispness of this fucking Big Mac, and I love the lettuce in this, and the sauce just really slaps, man.
And I think I told you, I think it's only going to be, I think it was $150 a bottle, or was it I can't remember.
It's not going to be that, Courtney. Don says white oak trees can live up to 600 years, Courtney.
I know, but like... I don't think we're normally making our barrels out of trees that are 600 years old. I think we're making them out of things that are barely past saplings.
All right, so the Viagra for white oak trees, you would say if you maintain an erection for more than 50 years, you might need to seek an arborist.
You're so inappropriate.
I don't know why you're always thinking about stuff like that. I don't know what's wrong with you. So this will be a delicious one. I remember we did a show about a year and a half ago where we had the Heaven Hill grain to table or whatever the fuck it's called. Mm-hmm. And it was like, MSRP is going to be $120. It was like...
Yeah.
And I've seen a bottle.
Maybe this one was $99.
Justin had a bottle of it.
Yeah.
But it's not $100.
Yeah.
I think it's like $400. But whatever, it's cool. That's a really cool bottle too. Is this like their new...
Yes.
Is that what they're going to do now? Is this what their shit's going to look like?
I guess.
Here's what it looks like at the bottom. It's got kind of an odd shape on it.
I don't like the shape at the bottom, but I like the top of it.
I thought you said a strong ass is all you really needed, Courtney.
Definitely.
We're also going to the second pieces of news here. These are smaller pieces of news that Courtney thought were significant enough for you guys to know about it.
Well, that's not the new bottle, but that's okay.
Is that the not 150?
That's the one. No, it's 151st this year.
Really?
Yes, but that's okay. It's all right.
Who was the idiot? Who was the...
Guys, damn intern.
I can't leave anything to you guys.
Damn intern can't do their job right. But anyway, so Woodford has their new Derby bottle coming out. Once again, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's very attractive. I don't think this one's attractive. This one reminds me, I don't know if anybody back in the day, we used to have a candy pig. I don't know if anybody ever had this. I have to figure out what it was called. But it used to come in like a little white box, and it was a pink, like a hot pink pig, and it had like a little mallet with it, and you would knock the pieces of chocolate off of the pig, and it reminds me of that. I don't know what that was called. I'll have to figure that one out, but you guys probably think I'm crazy. Nobody's ever seen that, but...
Yeah, we do think you're crazy.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to work on this. Keep talking and just look pretty.
Next up in news. Also Churchill Downs is getting ready to do yet another expansion. The largest expansion it's ever done since we're talking about the Derby. It's going to take 3 years to complete. Everything on the infield, Jay, is going to be buildings and seats.
No.
Yeah, there's going to be very little grass. And then they're taking the entire first turn, and all that is going to be like covered seating. Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. A lot of money. They just did a huge update. Yes,
on the other side. Well, they built the whole right side, that new mezzanine they've got. And they only opened for the Derby.
And my problem with it is that the only way you're going to see the Twin Spires now is from like facing the Twin Spires. You're not going to be able to see it from the backside because everything's going to be so big and built up. Twin Spires are freaking Churchill Downs. Like, you got to have that shit.
Bro, I went to the Derby in '91 and you just
there wasn't anything. You were walking up to the fence.
Yeah, I literally was on the fence. I was on the far left side fence, and it was quite an experience. The cops there, they just want you to not rape anybody or get in fights. Like, we smoke a big old fucking Zeppelin, and they don't give a shit. Like, you're not hurting anybody. So there's the actual Derby bottle that I screwed up and didn't get right. It looks like the horse is shitting roses.
Yep. Looks like it's running through the roses.
How about that?
It's trampling the roses.
Diageo is building a warehouse in Montgomery.
In Montgomery, like, it's crazy. That's.
We're adding a down by where the Hyundai factory is.
what's
We're
it
adding
called?
a Meta
Copal.
data center. We're also going to add this Diageo warehouse, like basically a place where they can.
Well, it's
logistics.
also going to be there. No, it's not just a warehouse. It's also distilling.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
I watched the WSFA report on it, and Mark Bullock was like, they're involved in the liquor business. Like, it was like super judgy and shit. I was like, bro, whatever.
That's funny.
Clean up!
Yeah, clean up!
I'm Mark Bullock. And this is News to Use or whatever the fuck it was called. What was it called?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Ravin says, never been to the Derby but want to go badly. Ravin, we talked about doing like a bourbon, a Derby event, but...
A Derby event.
Well, I'd take people to the Derby.
Oh, I did not talk about that. I talked about doing a bourbon trail and Churchill Downs experience, but not during the Derby.
Don's going to be leaving. Daughter needs to help him off math cramming. Got no choice.
Oh, sorry.
Don, it's a pleasure having you, bro. And
Thanks for
hopefully
coming
we
and
see you
hanging out.
Saturday on the Brain Drain.
Whistle Pig is going to have a tasting room in Louisville coming there, which is kind of interesting. I wouldn't have thought that Whistle Pig would be all up in that because they are definitely not a Kentucky bourbon. And so they are going to be having a tasting room right there on Whiskey Row in Louisville.
I'm interested to see that. They're a Vermont-based bourbon. Well, typically just
they're
whiskey.
rye, yeah.
Real Deal says, went to Madison the Goat tonight and suffered through traffic to get to Chuck's Fish for date night. Good food, but that traffic is crazy. Well, I got something to tell you, Real Deal. If you get a Tesla like I have, it drives itself. And so you can spend your time when you would be driving, you can just talk to your date.
The only thing I can say about that self-driving thing is it has released some of the road rage that my husband normally experiences.
That guy sounds crazy, man. I don't know about him.
So I do appreciate that part of the self-driving.
Real Deal also says, can we do a JG bourbon trail?
Yes.
No, but we could do an AA bourbon trail.
I would love to do something like that. That would be so much fun.
And Cuz has been part of the JG 50th anniversary, 50th, well, I guess technically 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary
of being alive
amazing.
on the earth. But my birthday, 50th, we did a big bourbon trail trip.
Yes. So I will tell you though, if we do a bourbon trail,
you really want to do it. I know you do.
If I would love to do that. If we did that, you guys would have to be subjected to White Castle after hours.
That's a great way to finish up.
Like, I mean, yeah, you just, because the good thing is if you're that drunk and you really think that you're not going to like it, you probably won't taste it because you might have burnt all your taste buds earlier in the day.
Chip says the angle of the dangle is inversely proportional to the heat of the meat. Theorem is useful.
Oh, wow. Look at Smarty Pants
I
over
think
here.
that's something that Rene Descartes was working on when he passed away. It's very sad. Let's see what else we got here. Ravin says, would this JG Bourbon Trail go from one end of the shelf to the other on the sets? We love to hear that. That's good stuff, Ravin.
Interesting.
Otag says he is down with a bourbon blend, bourbon trail trip.
I love it.
I'm telling you guys, seriously, like no cap, like nobody
That would
plans.
be fun.
Nobody plans shit better than she does. I mean, you just handle logistics so well. And
I get a little anal about some things, but it was fun. We had a good time, and we should definitely consider that.
Cuz says Tammy, that's an inside joke
Yes.
because Tammy is the great gal who works at the Willet
Yes.
customer center there, and she is
amazing.
she's a legend.
Oh, Chip's starting fighting words here. Chip
says, you mean Crystal?
No, absolutely not. No,
absolutely
White Castle.
not.
White Castles are much greasier and much better.
Real Deal says, I think the trail would have many tastings.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
It have as many as you need, my man. And Otag says, hell yeah, White Castle, Crystal, whatever works.
No, Crystal doesn't work, so
No,
it would be negative.
To be fair,
Crystal works down here because we don't have an option.
if you get it without
The mustard?
mustard, you can kind of in your own head make it work.
The buns are too fluffy.
It's kind of like when you turn the lights off and maybe you can just kind of make it work.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that one. I mean, you set yourself up for that one,
I thought it was
Jay.
weird when you called me Steve, but I mean, that is my nickname of mine, but whatever. Real Deal says maybe Taco Bell later with some camel meat.
Camel tacos.
Camel rotisserie we talked about on our show last week. So any of you who have not jumped into the chat
Yum.
who were confused about that one,
Yum.
we went down a YouTube. We virtually went down a YouTube rabbit hole.
Yes. So my last point here is a mudslide at Buffalo Trace, and that sounds like
It sounds like
could
a
be
drink.
a problem. Well, it sounds like a drink, but it sounds like it could be a problem. They had a lot of rain in Kentucky last week, and there was a mudslide close to some warehouses, but none of the bourbon was disturbed.
No, but it hit like a.
It hit like an
administrative building.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it did end up sliding down the hill and everything, but it wasn't anything disastrous. But when I first heard about it, I was like, "Oh, mudslide! Let me see this." Yeah, it wasn't very exciting.
Mike says, "Does White Castle have chili?" The answer is hell no.
No. You can get an amazing thing there called a chicken ring. And it is basically a giant chicken nugget, but it looks like an onion ring. And they're really good.
What does that have to do with chili?
No, I'm saying other things you can get besides a White Castle burger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was coming with that. Let's see. Chip says, "I've had frozen White Castles out of the freezer for lunch at work in a moment of desperation."
No, Chip, that's not
That doesn't
not nearly
count.
No. You have to be there where the grill is with all the grease and onions. And the steam, and you get to watch them make them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ravin says he's experienced the White Castle a few times. He gives it a
thumbs up.
Edge,
that's right.
Edge, a Donald J. Trump edge.
One thing I have to say, though, is at Jay's birthday, we were a little too tossed when we went, and all of us ended up getting way too many burgers each. They have a thing called a
crave case.
No, a crave case or a crave suitcase, whatever it was. It was like 40 burgers or something, or 30 burgers, and everybody's like, "I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to get one of those."
And then we end up with
way too many
twice
burgers.
too many burgers. Listen to this. Real deal is not wise here. I think a special Bunker Lynchburg distillery tool could be fun.
Nope, that's in Tennessee.
We don't do Tennessee stuff, Real deal.
Sorry.
So it's definitely not going to be at Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Definitely not. You're going to be on your own there, bro.
Yeah.
Fortunately for you, you don't live too far away, but we're doing Kentucky only.
Yes, we would have to go up the amazing
Bluegrass Expressway?
Bluegrass
Parkway. OTAG says, "We'll do White Castle. Just know the after party will be at my Airbnb where I'm serving up the sperm whale medium rare."
You also need to make sure that you have multiple bathrooms if we're going to have the White Castle and then all still remain together.
Chip says, "You should have seen my other options." Is that the one about in the dark? Or what? I don't know what
He
you're
was talking about that he got the White Castles out of the vending machine.
No, I think he just had to grab it. Anyway, guys, he says it's only 45 minutes from the Hizzle.
Oh, well, you need to definitely hit that up.
Yeah, I would hit that up.
Yeah.
For sure. Maybe you could maybe your wife could put a spell on those guys and they give you some free product. That would be awesome.
So that's the amazing bourbon happenings
Those
that
are the
Courtney has
happenings
this week.
for today. We still got, you want to do the haul video?
Sure.
All right, I got to hit pause immediately. Hold on.
Oops.
There we are. We're going to do a haul video here. So do you want to do the thing where like we tape it like basically live?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hello again and welcome to a new haul video. My name is Jay. This is my wife Courtney of at least 17 years, but probably more.
Many more.
Here on the Bourbon Blend. I know we've been on a hiatus for a little bit, but we
are back.
We lost our studio, but we have a new one now and everything's Gucci. So we took our first official
trip
to Columbus, Georgia, to the Bottle Shop, a place we've been to a few times, and
one of our favorites. We love the Bottle Shop.
This bad boy slapped a little bit, so we've done a little video here, and I hope you guys enjoy it as we work our way through all the stuff that we ran across. We start off with Wilderness Trail. They had a single barrel store pick there. We like Wilderness Trail from Danville, Kentucky, although as Transylvania University graduates, we do not like Center College.
Yes, we have had some delicious Wilderness Trail before, a store pick before that we've had that is very good. We did not pick the Wilderness Trail, though, this trip.
No, it wasn't really a consideration at this point.
No, it wasn't very interesting.
Our friend Cuz across the street's got a stash of Wilderness Trail, and we enjoy drinking his. Another thing here we had to take a look at was Sweetens Cove, which you know, we like Peyton Manning and all, but that's Peyton Manning's thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that because that's going to be Tennessee stuff, right?
And look at the prices on this shit. Like $180. Like,
you can't get me to buy a bottle of bourbon for $180 that I've not tasted.
if you don't know what you're getting. I completely agree with that, Courtney.
That's a lot of money.
And there's a $79 bottle as well. Looks like it's from 22-year stuff. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling that. So
I'm not really that interested in 22-year bourbon as well. Sometimes it tastes a little much like wood.
This is one of those that always blows me away. Now, I like Joseph Magnus a lot. It's a Sherry Oloroso finish in that. And I like it. It tastes really good. $100.
Yes.
The Murray Hill Club, you think, okay, I love Magnus. Let's get something better, like a better Magnus. But guess what?
I'm not that interested in it.
$133. I think we literally poured that in the drain.
I thought it was okay. I will tell you that the original Joseph Magnus, that was the first bottle that we ever bought that we spent money on. We thought we were really, really blowing it out at $100. This was probably 10 years, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh man, we had tasted it, and then we were like, we need this. And we like debated in the store if we were actually going to spend $100. And now I'm like, $100, not a big deal.
Yeah. Now you're like, oh, no big deal. But we taste tested Magnus and just loved it. Yes. And I still like it.
It is very good.
Moving on our way. Some of these I don't know, I'm going to be honest with you.
I've looked at that a couple times. That one right there, that label, I can't remember what the name of it is on the left.
I don't either, but
I looked at it a couple times.
Kentucky
Owl, $300, no thank you.
Not happening. Calumet, we are from Kentucky. We love Calumet Farm. And it sanctions this bourbon, but we thought it's just kind of...
bourbon's okay.
We think it's just okay. You know?
Now, I do like the one that comes in the other bottle, the
the shorter,
wider bottle. It's a nice bottle, but it's still not something that I would write home about.
The 16-year, which here in Georgia is on the shelf, and our state, that is allocated. So
oh, interesting.
I would be interested in trying that if I didn't have to pay for it. Because I think 16-year, you're probably going to get something decent out of that. Here's the Nulu stuff, which we are fans of Nulu. We ended up actually, is it a spoiler alert to say we bought some?
We did. We bought the store pick.
We like Nulu a lot. It's not a distillery per se. It's just a blending operation. But we think they do a really good job. That Tawny Port, which is blocked behind the single barrel store pick placard there, we've got a bottle that we actually have two downstairs. We have one that's open and one that's not open. We think that's a really good, wine blended bourbon.
I like those a lot. It's delicious.
And we bought the store pick, the black label one there.
And it's high proof.
Yeah, it definitely slaps a little bit. 124.6 proof. So that'll definitely hit you a little bit. Stellum, which is an offshoot of Barrel.
Barrel. That's right.
And that Bacta, excuse me, which you see it right there, the 2014. I didn't know what that was. That is
I'm
actually
not familiar with it.
Raj Bhatka, who is the founder of Whistle Pig.
Oh,
so he sold out Whistle Pig in 2019, I'm sure for a lot of coin.
Ooh, I imagine.
And then started his own little operation there. So he's doing that. He calls it Vintage Spirits.
Okay.
And he does this on a campus of a college up in Vermont.
Huh, interesting.
About the size of Transy.
That's really interesting.
That is pretty cool. Stellum, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
We bought some 2XO the last time we were in Columbus, and it just didn't really do much for me.
I wasn't overwhelmed with it.
I felt like we paid too much for it, and it was just okay. I think it was that blue one. But,
yep.
And you're saying, JG, 47's too much? Yeah, if it sucks.
If it sucks, that is too much.
Didn't really do much for me. There's the blue runs.
Blue run, yeah.
We love, one of the tricks, I always look at the blue runs and go, man, they're so pretty.
It is pretty, and they do a great job with their bottles and the different color butterflies on them.
First of all, girls love butterflies. I think you're genetically predisposed to like butterflies as a girl. I will tell you this, here's a little secret. The person who designs these bottles is a former Nike executive who was in charge of design and development at Nike. So this is someone who understands how to make shoes that appeal to people and catch your eye.
Or things that can sit on a shelf. And
doing the same thing with Blue Run.
Very
Me and Cuz have had Blue Run and we have liked it. He says right here in the chat, I've never been disappointed with a bottle of, he's talking about Nulu. We have had Blue Run. I think me and Cuz have had it twice. We have been happy with it. But at $100 or more a bottle, I just don't know,
That's too
Corey.
much to take a risk on.
We need to have a better way to be able to just taste these a little bit,
Yes. Now in Kentucky, they have great liquor barns in Kentucky. Some of them have tasting rooms, And they'll have a full bar of all the bourbons that they have. And it's wonderful because you can taste them and then be like, hey, I do like this one. I need to go check this out.
There's a Blue Note here for $2.40.
No way.
I did pick it
Absolutely
up.
no.
I picked it up and looked at it, and I like Blue Note 9-year a lot, but golly, guys, I'm thinking like $65 for that. Like,
There's no way.
$2.40? There's just no way, man. I can't do that. Also, we always have to mention when we see the Rabbit Hole Cave Hills, where me and Courtney will be buried someday.
Yes.
That is the name of a cemetery in Louisville. So I just want to say that it's just okay bourbon, honestly.
Yeah, it's all right. But we're always going to have a bottle of that in our house.
Yeah, we have a Cave Hill for sure. We don't drink it, but
That's right.
the Dark Arts there
Not
is
familiar with this
distilled
one.
in downtown Lexington, although it's on Leestown Road out by New Circle Road. So to me, that is absolutely not downtown Lexington, but whatever.
But we also haven't lived there in 25 years. So.
These guys are, they get their stuff from MGP and they blend it and they mix it. There's no distillery there. And the guy who runs that calls himself the Master Alchemist. You guys draw your own conclusions on that.
Sounds pretentious.
It sounds pretty pretentious to me. So we didn't end up doing that. Now, the Bottle Shop had a lot of store picks on that. But I'm just not doing that. I'm just not going to do it.
No, not going to do it.
And you can see the prices there. I mean, $100, $170. Like, I'm just not doing that. Town Branch is another Lexington
There's
distillery.
one of my all-time faves is Blade and Bow. Now, it's $50.
$50, I love it.
But it's an amazing bottle to have on your bar, as well as it is a good pour where you're just going to have, you can drink it consistently. You're not going to get too drunk too quick because I think it's only like 90, 95
Yeah,
proof.
it's under 100.
It's mild, but it's an easy drinker.
We have some Blade & Bow 22 also, but I think it's 91 proof, so
Yeah.
that's just kind of how they do it. The Angel's Envy Triple Oak intrigues me, but at 86, and I know you don't like Angel's Envy, so it's like,
I'm not an Angel's Envy fan.
I'm going to have to go out on a limb if I'm going to pick that up.
But I should be an Angel's Envy fan because I typically like finished bourbons. But
you just didn't like that one.
I probably need to revisit it now. My palate's a little different.
Cuz is usually Cuz from across the street, usually loves that Remus Special Repeal Reserve. I just kind of let him do that. I let that be his thing.
Okay.
Red Line's actually from Paducah, Kentucky. Phil McCracken County down there, way in the extreme western end of the state. That's a father and a son that have put that together. And I would be interested in drinking some of that, but I just didn't know what to pick. I didn't know what the right choice would have been.
The thing I worry about with all these new craft distilleries is that now that the bourbon bust is kind of on the horizon, I'm really worried about these little guys. That they've all invested this. They finally got their own juice because they've been aging it long enough, and now
what?
May not be the time to be putting something new out.
On one of our first 10 shows that we did here on the Bourbon Blend, we talked about Frey Ranch when they were getting started with their visitor center out there in Fallon, Nevada. They are now pretty much going national with their products here. So you can see it there with the yellow and the black label. A great story. It's a family, and they do truly, they call it, you hear about grain to glass. They do ground to glass. They're doing their own wheat and their own stuff. They literally have a big-ass farm, and they have their own stuff. They're the only distillery that has their own, true products from the ground up. So we're pulling for them. I just don't, I don't know if they're good or not, so I don't try them. New Riff, of course, is from the greater Cincinnati area up there. We've had some good stuff that our friend Cuz has gotten us before. Heaven's Door, in business with Bob Dylan. This is the first time that we had seen Four Roses in that red label with the specific
recipe
blends.
on it, yeah.
If you guys remember, we did a show back a year and a half ago, I think, where we did all the various Four Roses
all their
formulations. Yeah, and I think Colleen was rolling with us on that one too. And there's an OESK version now they have in the red. That's pretty cool. I mean, if there was one that you remember that you really, really wanted, maybe this would give me a good opportunity to pick one up.
Smoke Wagon. I have never had Smoke Wagon.
It's from Nevada.
I know, it's from Nevada.
Hey, there's the Four Roses taster right there we were talking about. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, Elijah Craig. The reason I shot this is because the Toasted Barrel, which used to be really tough to find, is now very common. And you can see it there for $64. So if you are into the Toasted Barrel,
it's cheaper than the barrel proof. So that's pretty interesting.
I'm not a huge fan of any of those, honestly, but whatever. No, that's not true. The barrel strength, I like the Elijah Craig, but you got to be ready for that, man. It will punch you in the face.
Yes.
$50 for Heaven Hill 7-year bottled in bond. I'm good with that.
I would definitely pay for that.
That's a great bourbon for that price. And Evan Williams single barrel at 40. It's a little higher than I'd like to pay. I'm thinking maybe like 30.
Well, they changed their logo and made the bottle a little bit different, so therefore it's a little more pricey.
But that's a good pick. Old Elk, of course, from Colorado. Very good bourbon. Chris, our friend Cuz across the street's a big fan of that, and he's letting us have some sips on that. And we're never disappointed with Old Elk. We don't actually own any of it, but we like drinking his stuff. RD1, I don't know anything about. That's another one we saw, which I hadn't seen before. Some more blends of the red, the OESK and the OBSF. Some pretty good stuff there. Not great camera work here from me.
That's okay.
Some stuff, Uncle Nearest, which we actually have a pick from our friend Justin downtown.
Yeah. Oh, now that one is good.
But you got to put that in
But it was amazing in an old fashioned. I've never thought to put a expensive bourbon in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
But it was delicious.
It's like 125 proof, so it really adds some heft to that.
I love the Old Forester now. I love Old Forester's my distillery. Jay's is Peerless.
I like Old Forester too.
But that Prohibition style right there, that 1920, that is delicious. I did not pick up a bottle this time of it, but it is a delicious pour.
Yeah, we like Old Forester.
Yes.
Here we go, little Bardstown action. There's that Foursquare that we mentioned earlier on the show at 169. The Founders, the Amru, the Silver Oak, which is 170 now.
That's a lot of money.
The Collaborative series, which I actually told Eric G earlier to try, I thought that was cheaper. 170.
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Hey, I take that back, man.
I will say that the White Origin is my favorite here of a reasonably priced bourbon. It is really good, really easy drink. Definitely, I would pick that up if I didn't already have some.
Look at that. Yeah, these three right here, black label, white label, and parchment label on the left there, the high weeded parchment label. Those are great. Those are bangers at $50 a bottle,
Definitely pick that up if you come across it.
Yeah, there's no losers there. You like that Coalition bottle?
I thought that was really cool. It just reminds me, you know what it actually reminds me of is back in the day, what do they call it?
Like
a hot water.
Like pouch?
You used to have it when you were sick. And
it
was like pink. No, it was like pink. And you'd fill it up with hot water and you'd put it on wherever your aches and pains were. The shape of it reminds me of that.
Yeah. Some Fiddler there from Atlanta. You got a bunch of barrel stuff. I'm trying to get the prices here, but this is basically the stuff we always see, these days.
It looks a little bit cheaper than I remember, though. I thought they were all about 100, but those look like they're about 80. I'm sure that some of them go up, but that looks a little bit more reasonable than we've probably experienced in the past.
It's hard on the left there. That orange one that's $79.99. That is the Amberana, which I really like.
And I think that was the one I really didn't like.
You didn't like it, and Cuz also does not like that one. So it's just very sweet. Not quite as sweet as the Rio Penelope, which we had, but it's on the very end of So if you're thinking, hey, I want a sweet bourbon, that might be a good one to pull if you guys are interested in that. There's the Dark Arts from downtown Lexington on Leesburg Road.
I do like those bottles.
And there's a Pinhook Vertical Series, which I was at. Here, I actually fell down right here. I didn't fall. I was losing my balance. There's the Pinhook Vertical Series. That's the 9-year version. We ended up buying that. We had the yellow top one, which was an 8-year from last year. We love the Vertical Series. And any Pinhook really that's got a year statement on it, age statement.
Pick it up.
We like it.
You won't be disappointed.
We like those. There's some Jack Daniel's stuff here. We got a little rye action right here, which I'm not really into. The Old Peppers from Lexington.
But if you want something to make an old fashioned with, pick up a rye. That is, an old fashioned should always be made with a rye.
Except the Uncle Nearest.
I'm just saying it should always be made with a rye.
I agree that the rye does add something to it.
It does. It makes it a little spicier.
And Journeyman is actually from Michigan, but it's good. I like drinking that one. That's a good one. Not expensive. You're not having to worry about it too much. So that is the end of our review of the Bottle Shop in Columbus, Georgia. We are always fans of that place.
You didn't get the end?
I didn't get the end. No.
Okay. Well, it was an amazing trip. We always enjoy going to the Bottle Shop and coming out with a sack full of goodies.
And they care. Those people care about spirits and specifically bourbon. So if you see the older guy who's walking around and asks you if you want to know anything, ask him if you got questions because he knows the answer. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching our latest haul video here on the Bourbon Blend. If you're not subscribers, Courtney, what should they do?
they need to subscribe and hit that like button too, Jay.
All right, guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. There it is. Colleen was saying she always feels like she has to behave herself whenever we're doing a haul video. That's funny. I don't think they'll ever be able to see the comments, but yeah, anyway.
Well, we post that separately because sometimes that drives some people to our sites that would not normally know.
Cuz did say he likes that Remus Repeal. Yeah, again, that's not something that we buy, but it's something that Cuz buys, and we love it when Cuz buys it because then we get to drink it. Goose Flat says, JGT, what are your thoughts on that high proof wild turkey? It's a premium blend. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's called Rare Breed. Absolutely. We love Rare Breed. I think that's...
Yeah, Rare Breed. We had some last Friday night.
Indeed, we did.
Yes.
It's a little expensive. I think those bottles are 70-ish, Goose Flat, maybe 70 to 80.
Hydrate.
But it is a damn fine bourbon. Among the stuff that you can find in the store on a day-to-day basis, that's probably one of the best things you can buy.
I'm going to have another little pour of this
I think it's amazing.
rum finish.
Unless you think that we're just talking out of our ass. I said during the haul video that Heaven Hill 7 Year is good.
It's right here.
We've always got a bottle around. So.
Yes, that's always a good
That's a good one. That's pretty good right there.
It's a good.
There's no doubt. Me and Christy like that one when we drink it. Let's see. Eric G says, blend Old Forester 1910 and 20 together 50-50 to make 1915. So damn good.
Interesting.
We've heard about that before. We haven't done it.
I haven't done that.
And speaking of that, when I saw that big old supply of Old Forester stuff, I was really hoping they'd have the 1924. I thought by now it would be like out and about.
No, not so much.
And it's not.
That's good stuff.
So there you go. Colleen says, I got a sack full of goodies for you.
That's right.
Unfortunately, I'm sad to say we will not be rendezvousing with Colleen and Joshua this year. They're going to be going to another resort at another time of year that works better for Colleen and Josh's schedule. But we are definitely hopeful that we're going to get Colleen and Joshua back with the group to hang out because they might be some of the coolest people we have ever met on any of our trips.
Pretty darn cool.
Listen, man, when you're sitting at a bar in Mexico playing Uno, that tells me you're an absolute fucking baller right there.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt about it right there. Chip Chip says, could you get Gus to call into the blend?
I don't think so.
I don't think Gus, but I bet you if I tried hard enough, we could get Christy to call in.
She does like you, so
she likes you.
She likes me too, so that's a possibility.
Christy and
I mean, we need them to be Bourbon Blend subscribers.
I would be friends with Christy in real life. I feel like I am friends with her, but like if we met her and her husband was an architect or something,
right.
You know, we would party with her. Like she was cool.
But they wouldn't have the nice house on the lake if like
that. No, they wouldn't have a mansion on the lake. OTAG, although their house in Auburn really wasn't like, I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't like.
No, it was nice.
You didn't walk into it and go, God damn, this person must be a billionaire or something. OTAG says Heaven Hill 7 Year is the best $40 bottle around.
It is delicious.
If you could find it at 40, I mean, what else would be at 40, Courtney? The only thing I think would be Evan Williams Single Barrel or Wild Turkey 101, which I think it's better than that. So, yeah. I think you're probably right, OTAG. I'm not sure I would disagree with you on that. Mike says, is that a bird on your sweater, Jay? This is actually a sweatshirt I got from Midnight Tulips from the site. I don't know why this shit's on here. I don't know what's going on.
You're spilling stuff.
She got me this. She went to the Taylor Hawkins concert, the benefit concert that Foo Fighters put on after Taylor Hawkins died at L.A., and she got me this. That was really nice of her. So it's actually a Foo Fighters thing. Is what's going on there. And Ravin says Christy Malzahn would be a welcomed call. I mean, I don't even know if we could do that, but...
I don't know that she would. She's kind of gotten burned by things that are
yeah,
things
but
like that in the past.
She knows me and you, though. I mean,
right. But I don't know that a bourbon show would necessarily be what they would be wanting to project.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. Ravin says Eagle Rare should be around 40.
Yeah, Eagle Rare's good.
Well, the official MSRP on that's 33, so.
Eagle Rare's good. It's not amazing.
Oh, I like Eagle Rare. And if you could get it for 33 to 40, I think that's a good buy. But we usually see it at 55. And at that point, I think Heaven Hill's a better choice. Or even Russell's Reserve at the same price. I would probably take it. One man's opinion. Okay, what is our next order of business? We still have Courtney's Corner and we still have photos. You want to do photos?
Some photos.
The only photos we have this week are actually Courtney.
Yes. So I thought this was hysterical. Y'all are probably going to think I'm ridiculous, but as I'm leaving, you can tell either it's late at night or early in the morning, but it's early in the morning when I'm leaving to go to work. And these are the neighbors. When I open the garage across the street, you know the old phrase that everything but the kitchen sink? Well, shit, it's the kitchen sink for them. They threw that shit right out in the alley for the garbage guys to pick up. I just thought it was pretty funny because it wasn't out there the night before, but it was going to be out there at the time for the garbage guys.
At least they picked it up, right? Look at this.
Earlier in the week, Coco, I had a lovely procedure that folks over 50 get to participate in, an amazing colonoscopy. Everybody needs to go and get it done. It's not pleasant prepping for it, but it's important to get it done. There's my little soapbox.
Public service announcement.
Anyway, I had that done, and so when I came home, I was still a little sleepy. Jay's expressing to you how I felt after the colonoscopy, which was gassy. But I felt a little sleepy after, the propofol that I had. And so I was laying down in the bed, and both pets came and laid on me, which they've never done that before. The dog always lays on me, but the cat came over and laid down next to me. And I wonder if that's because they had this intuition that,
you weren't feeling good?
Yeah, I wasn't quite feeling 100%. Anyway,
he's literally got his ear on the cat.
I know. They were touching each other. And normally that is not happening with these two. So I just thought it was so cute.
Stop touching me.
Oh, Chip had a colonoscopy this week too. Go,
God.
Chip.
Wow, that's so exciting,
Yes,
Chip.
it's so exciting. I was one of the lucky ones to have a 2-day prep. So I was mean as a hornet on the last day because I really needed some food.
But you looked great, though.
Dogger needed food.
You looked great.
This is a meal that we had on Friday night with another couple. It was so tasty. It was in downtown Prattville at a place called 234.
It was numbers, yeah.
North, something like that. Anyway, it was delicious. First, when it came to me, I was like, who made this baby-sized portion for me? Who made the toddler portion for me? But once you unraveled the spaghetti, it was plenty for an adult, and it was delicious. Those shrimp were amazing. I always like pictures of food. Jay makes fun of me for it, but had to share.
Maddie T says, propofol gave me the best nap of my life.
It was amazing, that nap. I will tell you, I was sitting there, they're like, roll on your side. And I roll on the side, and I see the milky substance, and I was like, ooh, that's milky. She's like, you're going to hear some ringing in your ears. And I was like, yeah, ooh, I feel that now. Next thing I know, she goes, the recovery nurse says, okay, wake up, Miss Courtney. And it was a KinderCare parent.
And a KinderCare parent?
Yep, woke me up.
Interestingly, her husband was at KinderCare.
He was a KinderCare baby.
Was the KinderCare, she was the director at the time.
Yes.
Ravin, talking about the dog and the cat earlier, said they knew you needed healing.
Oh, I know. It was so sweet. It was very sweet.
Colleen said they liked your scent.
It might have been.
There could be some truth to that.
I don't know what it was, but I couldn't believe they got so close to each other because normally the cat's like...
Chip said, did they make that pasta fresh?
What
was your guess on that, Courtney?
I'm not positive, but I will tell you it tasted really damn good, whatever it was.
And Ravin says, were you upset that the bread was not in stick form, Courtney?
True. He does have facts there. It is an Italian dish. So last Friday night, we sat at the bar at the tipping point, and of course, we had to finish a bottle. That's what good patrons do, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we finished this bottle of Bardstown Bourbon Company, the Discovery Series. Which one is it?
8.
It was 8, okay. So we finished that off. The owner happened to be there, so he went and got another one off the shelf and brought it back into us so we could start a second bottle. And starting the second bottle probably wasn't the best decision.
No.
Because the next day, it was a little hard for recovery.
Well, for me more than you. I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway.
But we had to show you a finished bottle. Love it.
And that's our friend John right there who's working the toast machine.
Yes.
Chip says, count back from 199.98 black.
Yeah.
He's definitely had propofol. I thought I was going to be Mr. Big Dick when I got my ankle surgery in 2006. And I said, I'm going to sing every last line of Money for Nothing before I go to sleep. And they were like, okay, let's give it a shot. And I got partially through the first verse. And the next thing I remember, I was waking up.
I know. That's one thing because you're like, I'm going to beat this drug. And they're like, sure you are.
Courtney says, John the Legend in the background.
Yes.
Absolutely. An absolute stud.
Yes.
Runner24 says, that looks good. Is the camel cook-off next? Anybody watch that guy cook the entire ostrich?
No, I did not go on there and watch the entire ostrich.
Pocket says, just dropping in to give a thumbs up.
Hey, Pocket.
Idge. Absolutely idge.
Love it.
Love to have you here for that.
Yes.
And also, Ravin says, Propofol, 8 hours of solid sleep in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
It might have been about how long you were out.
Exactly. I was, because I was looking, I've watched the clock as I was being knocked out, and that was at 12:10. And next thing I know is I said, what time is it? And she said 12:37. And I was like, yeah, okay. I felt good.
There she is. There's Miss Breadsticks. She loves that.
Stop.
All right.
Oh, I got breadsticks this week. You took a picture of the breadsticks I got this week.
Yeah, Courtney got some breadsticks this week, but I didn't get the picture.
And it was the night that I could have whatever I wanted to eat after the colonoscopy. So I asked for Fazoli's because I wanted some pasta.
Yeah, I actually brought that up on the Bourbon. On the brain drain
Did
last
you?
night. Yeah, I just said I've gotten to a point where I can't hardly eat spaghetti. I've had it too many times.
Really?
I mean, there's other things I'd rather do.
Disappointing.
And then you're like, hey, let's get Fazoli's, and I'm like, well, she did get a.
I hadn't eaten since Saturday. And
I know,
it was
she
Tuesday
gets-
evening. I can get whatever the hell I
You
want.
get anything you want. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. D Lucky says one more, and we are at dozens.
Oh gosh! Somebody else log in on another device.
Please God. But then he loves the breadsticks. Absolutely.
I love the breadsticks. The breadsticks from Fazoli's. Normally they're really good, but they were okay.
I can tell they were good at one point.
Yeah.
But they weren't good when they got to
Yeah.
us. OTAG, I put it in the front of my car, by the way. OTAG still waiting for the giraffe and the air fryer. And Colleen just says drink.
Oh, because we have the breadsticks.
yeah,
here.
anytime there's
I mean,
breadsticks.
okay, if you insist.
Colleen, you're terrible. You're such bad news for our livers. But, oh, fart. Let's drop that. My bad. Bo's Great says Olive Garden can't hide money.
That's right.
Boy, our friend J-Dub would absolutely love that joke.
Yes,
He
you
loves
can't
saying,
hide money.
He goes, hey man, can't hide money, brother.
That's right.
And Ravin says, damn, I wish I was in Fort Walton Beach and didn't go to Fazoli's. What?
Oh, see.
I was in Fort Walton Beach and didn't go to Fazoli's.
Yeah, so it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. But Olive Garden's all the way across town, and I wasn't going to make Jay go get it. Because I was like, even maybe I can DoorDash Olive Garden. But Olive Garden does not DoorDash. Nor Uber Eats, nor what's the other one?
Hey, listen, no bullshit though. Like, if you came out of your colonoscopy and you wanted Olive Garden, I would have fucking crawled to Olive Garden for you.
I understand that, but you were coming back from Auburn, and I wasn't going to make you go all the way into town to get that.
I was at the Supercharger, but I would have been glad to go over to get you anything you wanted.
Yes. Yes.
All
Maddie
right.
T did hit the Chick-fil-A as soon as she got out.
We got
from her
there. We are
propofol
now at
experience.
26,000 viewers, and we have gone into double digits.
Yes. Cheers to that. Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Right on the money.
Cheers to that. Yes. Oh, it's so devastating, Chip, when breakfast is over at Chick-fil-A. I will tell you, when I've ordered on the app and it's like 10:15 and they're like, you have 15 minutes to get to Chick-fil-A before breakfast is over, and you're like running red lights. Like, I need those chicken minis.
Of course, I wouldn't do that in my Tesla because I would do full self-driving and it drives responsibly.
Oh my God, shut up.
We do have a new, well, it is still new. They built a new Chick-fil-A closer to our geographic zone. So that's been really nice. It's only like 2 miles from us now instead of like 6 miles. Norman C. My man.
Hi, Norman.
Says, missed you guys. Glad you're back. Norman C. Oh,
Yes.
my God.
D Lucky, do they have the spicy biscuit? Because I thought they took it away for a minute. Didn't they take it away for a minute?
I always get the spicy chicken sandwich.
Yes.
So, but I
think they took the spicy biscuit away.
I'm not a
or maybe
breakfast
it's
guy.
back now. I don't know.
Vince says, just like Fazoli's, when you order, they're like, do you want a side salad or pizza? And I always choose pizza. Of course you do.
That's a smart version. I mean, see, especially in this scenario, because since I'd had a colonoscopy, I definitely didn't eat lettuce. So I would have chosen the pizza as well.
Now, Ravin, I don't want to spoil anything, but he's a younger person.
Younger person.
When we were going to Fazoli's, in Lexington, Kentucky, circa 1992 or 1993.
This is back in the day.
It was before Raven was born.
Back in the day.
This is a true story. So you go to Fazoli's, Raven, check this shit out, and there would be a chick whose job it was.
She's the bread bitch.
She's the bread bitch, and she would bring a little like a Goldilocks.
She was like she had her like little Goldilocks basket and tongs.
Yes.
And she'd be like, "How many would you like?" And I'm like, 12.
I mean, seriously. She would come by, I would say, if we're in there 20 minutes, she'd come by twice.
But here's the thing. You keep waiting, and then she would still come back.
How many would you like? And you'd be like, 2. And she goes,
I'd be like, 2. Like, I'd be like,
fresh.
6. And she'd be like, okay.
D-Lucky says, spicy biscuit with grape jelly, hard to beat.
See, I'm not a jelly person, so I can't.
I kind of am, but like spicy biscuit with grape jelly. So here's the thing. If I was eating that with D-Lucky,
you'd be eating it with a legend, so
I would give
amazing.
it hell. But like on my own, I don't think I would ever come up with that.
Yeah, the spicy biscuit is back. Okay, so.
Chip says, I was hoping you would say it's not your bag. It was like, oh yes, 1 warranty card.
That's right.
1 book. Spicy biscuits with honey. It is my bag, baby. By Chip.
By Chip. Okay. See, D-Lucky's blowing my cover here. He says it's been back a few years.
We don't do a lot of breakfasts, so
no,
it's not really something that we do.
I will say, when you get a platter of those chicken minis, though, oh my goodness gracious.
Hey, Revenge reminds me of a story here. First of all, he says they still had that at the Fazoli's in my hometown. 15 breadsticks straight into my sister's purse.
Nice.
This is a true story. I went on a road trip to Tennessee with a sports reporter who is in the Hall of Fame named Jimmy Bryan. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Bryan Sr. And we showed up and ate at a Shoney's. And when we got to the hotel afterwards, he pulled food out of his backpack that he had taken off the buffet line.
Oh.
And I said,
"Oh my God!"
I said, JB, did you steal that food? What did you get? You got some biscuits? And he goes, "You better be damn glad they didn't get soup."
That's really good.
I've never told that story before.
That's really good.
JB said he would have stolen soup if he had a chance.
When we went to an Easter thing at the club in Louisville one time, that shut up. My grandmother. We went to the buffet at Easter, and they had prime rib. No shit. This lady at the next table next to us had one of those true like pocket books that had the clasp at the top.
Yeah.
She opens that shit up and just slides the prime rib in there and closes it up and puts it back down. I was like, "Oh my God, did you see that?"
Whoa, wow, how about that, man?
That was amazing.
That is absolutely insane. Let's see. Revenge, I'd say OTAG said that was absolute gangster from his sister to do that.
Yes.
Although very industrious, by the way. And D-Lucky says, those were the dark days when it was gone AA.
Yes. I know. Jay used to get a spicy biscuit.
Eric G says, Fazoli's the Fogo de Chao of breadsticks. It is absolutely that.
Yes.
It is the place you go when you want breadsticks. Although our breadsticks the other day were not that great. But
yeah.
Chips just said, I made my own homemade spicy CFAs last weekend.
Of course 90. You did, because you
a very
are a stud
industrious,
at that. Yeah, like, of course.
Mike says, Jimmy Bryan, haven't heard that name in a while. He passed away a long time ago. And I think his son passed away like a long time ago. But Jimmy Bryan from the Post-Herald, one of my all-time favorites, said, you better be glad they didn't have soup. I was seriously, man, when I went up there to this is the UTK game in like 99, I drove, and those of you who don't know about Alabama sports writers, that's fine, but I drove with Philip Marshall, which is a fucking shame he's not in the Hall of Fame already, Jimmy Bryan, Al Browning from the Tuscaloosa News, who's a Hall of Famer, and Clyde Bolton, who's a Hall of Famer. I mean, and me, and JG Tate, like nobody.
They're like, hey, let's put this little loser in the back and come on.
And these young reporters at Auburn who think that I suck and don't know anything, like, dude, I fucking rode.
Those were the guys back in the day.
To Knoxville with those guys, and we had a half gallon of alcohol, and they just pounded it. That's how we used to do it in the sports writing game. Okay, what else are we going to do? Is it almost time for Courtney's Corner?
It's almost time for Courtney's Corner.
I don't know that
Everybody's been anxiously awaiting.
Has Colleen heard the song? Has she heard the song?
I don't know, but it is an amazing jingle.
It is time for Courtney's Corner, guys. Get ready for the song itself. Here we go.
Yes.
On Courtney's Corner we gather around. The sacred feast. Bourbon memories never cease. SNL sketches, which one's best? We all love a mama with the biggest chest. Chris Farley dancing in our mind.
Chris Farley.
Down by the river is hard to find. Treats, horseshoes, and faded jeans. In Courtney's corner, we were kings. The bourbon flows and the laughter's loud. We and by so proud.
All right, there it is. Courtney's Corner, the official Courtney's Corner song.
Yes, I know you all are playing that all the time outside of the bourbon blend because you're like, that is such a catchy tune. There is no way that AI had anything to do with that.
Wait, what? Why are you?
You were producing that yourself, correct?
Why are you spoiling it? Like, yeah, maybe I used AI for that. Maybe Jensen Wong's NVIDIA chips got me that.
Yes.
Don Properdick and
He's back. He must have finished the math work.
He's done some math cramming. They hired Bo Bice for Courtney's Corner. Oh, he did it with the eye? You got to be careful.
Hey, listen. No, girls with their name that ends in I, you do have to worry about me, but my name does not end in I.
That is amazing right there.
Yes.
Colleen is fired up. She says, amazing.
Everybody just go ahead and put that on your playlist.
And Chip says, I bet that peaked at 237 million on Spotify.
You're incorrect. It was 240 million.
I had to waive my rights to any money made on that. I swear, I actually did. That is actually true. Okay, iconic cereals. Courtney kind of foreshadowed this on our show last week.
Yes.
I thought this was actually a joke, but you actually went with it. So.
I did go with it. Look at the captain. He is just so freaking cute. He is so cute. I love the captain.
Yeah, and look at him. He's just like, look at him.
He's happy.
He's got a whole bowl right there.
He looks like he probably had some edibles before he ate his Captain Crunch.
Hey guys, you mind if I eat this?
He's like, you know what? I needed a gummy before I had to come here and eat my crunchy sweet cereal.
It is definitely sweet.
So the iconic cereals for me were Fruit Loops. I still love Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are great. And when we go on our trip in the Dominican or Mexico, they sometimes in the little buffet for breakfast they'll have Cocoa Krispies. And so I have to hit the Cocoa Krispies. What are you laughing so much at?
What I just posted on the board.
What?
When Cassidy P said on the show the other night that it should be called Courtney with an I, Corner with an I.
I don't, okay. Cassidy P and I are going to have to chat.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay, so Cocoa Krispies, the best part of the Cocoa Krispies is what?
It's the
chocolate milk that's left at the
over,
end, right?
For sure.
So you have Cocoa Krispies, but you also have another one. They were competitors.
Cocoa Puffs?
No, Cocoa Krispies and...
it was on the text you sent me, but I don't know what it was.
Oh my God, I can't remember what it was. What's the other one, guys? Cocoa Krispies and whatever else. It's the same thing. They're just made by different companies. But anyway.
The same concept, right?
Yes. So, and of course, Captain Crunch. I mean, that is a classic. That is a classic.
It is called...
Oh, it's down here at the bottom. You can see it.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. Sorry. Cocoa Pebbles and Cocoa Krispies. The same thing. Either of them are delicious because you get the residual chocolate milk. Lucky Charms. I never really ate a whole bunch of Lucky Charms, but I mean the marshmallow goodness is hard to beat.
I have a story about this. I think it would be very applicable. So Lucky Charms is like you're either eating like really bland cereal or eating a marshmallow piece, right?
Right.
Me and my friends in the late 80s, we had a VHS movie.
Is this
called,
something that you should really be telling us
I'm not
about?
going to say the words that YouTube will cut me off for, but it was a VHS of a movie called Bad Girls. And you can kind of guess what's going on here.
We don't need to hear about this.
So it kind of switched between like
this has nothing to do
some
with
things
Lucky
that
Charms.
like didn't excite me and then things that did excite me, and it was a lot like Lucky Charms because like if it was a certain thing going on, then I wasn't interested, and if it was another thing going on, I was very interested. So marshmallows interest me, but like plain and ordinary cereal doesn't interest me.
But here's the thing. You need to have boring and exciting in the same time and put them both in your mouth.
No, I don't actually.
Yeah. And then
No.
that way it makes an
I like-
amazing explosion in
Listen,
your mouth.
I like roast beef a lot better than kielbasa. I mean, well, to the exclusivity.
This has nothing to do with that, but Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch is good.
Captain Crunch is amazing. And stop.
I love Captain Crunch.
Can you please stop farting?
He's a good
Can you
dude.
please stop farting
He's a
on
good
the
dude.
air? Can y'all hear Jay farting
No,
on the
they
air?
can't.
I need to know this.
Can you continue? Captain Crunch is really good. You don't even like Captain Crunch.
I love Captain Crunch.
You like Fruit Loops.
I love Captain Crunch. My problem with Captain Crunch is actually the opposite of the Cocoa Krispies problem, because the milk is way too sweet afterwards, and I don't like it.
It's true.
Apple Jacks, delicious. I feel like it's fruity and it's probably healthy, right? Because it's made from apples.
Apples.
So of course it's healthy.
That's an orange cereal though.
Your daughter actually asked, "What the fuck is
CW Post.
CW?"
So yeah, I have some stories here. So my grandma Tate used to always make me CW Post. It's basically granola.
What is CW?
That's the name of the guy. I don't know.
It's
CW
not a
Post.
guy.
That's the name of a guy.
No.
It is the name of a guy. I promise you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, CW Post.
Show me proof of this cereal.
CW Post was a very popular cereal. Well,
Is it in a purple box?
no, it's not. God.
I've never heard of this.
My
I don't know
grandma
what you're
Tate used
talking
to-
about.
see,
Well,
first of all,
I see him, okay?
He is the founder of Post Consumer Brands.
Okay.
Charles William
That
Post.
is really exciting. He was born in 1854.
In Britannica, he is listed as a
how can
breakfast
somebody born in
cereal
1854 have a good cereal?
Because he was in the beginning of the cereal craze,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like, so it's going to be healthy.
Anyway,
So,
I
anyway.
promise you. And so it was basically like, it was
Disagree.
like granola. And it was amazing. My grandma Tate would make it. I'd only get to eat it when I was in Lexington with my grandma Tate. I love that shit. They discontinued it in the late 80s, and I still miss it. Peanut Butter Crunch. I used to pound that shit. In the early 2000s, I got up to 315 pounds, and I would eat 2 or 3 bowls of this in the morning, in a bowl that was like the size of like a trough for a cow. And then when I got to 315 pounds, my doctor's like, "Hey, Jay, you weigh 315 pounds." And I go, "I don't know how it happens. I'm only eating 3 bowls of Captain Crunch a day. Like,
And getting two meals from McDonald's.
like, what am I doing?" Post Raisin Bran.
Now, I have seen you eat that one.
Post Raisin Bran has the real raisins.
Real raisins.
Like the big,
I'll give that
plump
to
raisins.
you. I'll give that to you. That is you know what? I guarantee you that was on my post-operative care for my colonoscopy.
Does it have some Raisin Bran?
It was like, hey, here's a great option for you to make sure that you stay regular.
Post Raisin Bran differs from the Kellogg's Raisin Bran because the Post has bigger, plumper raisins, and they're like sugary.
I would be interested to see post-COVID if they are still larger raisins.
But do we like them thin or we like them plump, Courtney?
Plump.
Obviously.
Fuck yeah. What do you do with thin?
Not
do a
not
goddamn
damn
thing.
Golden Grams. I think that came out in the 80s because my sister was
Yeah.
really into Golden Grams, and so my mom got her a bunch.
The thing
And
I
then I
never
started
liked
eating
about
it.
Golden Grams, I think I ate them like once or twice, is because they were so freaking thin.
They were kind of thin.
They were really thin.
But if you just
the milk could not permeate
the chip,
that. Yes. So it reminds me of Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase when he's
it's
talking about
semi-osmotic.
his.
Golden Grams, if it's too thin, just pound it in your mouth and put more in your mouth, Courtney.
I didn't care
And then
for
you
it.
get the taste. And then Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which to be fair, at our favorite Mexican restaurant called El Taco Shop, they have something called horchata, and it tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk. Like, it's literally, that's what it is.
Well, and then also that shot that we had with Fireball and the rum chata.
Yes.
That tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but it's just, somebody who's like, I like Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was too sweet for me.
It is very sweet, I have to agree. And
Yes.
you don't like cinnamon as much.
I like cinnamon. It's my safe word.
keep-
So roll back up to the top and see what else some others
No,
said
we're
about
right here.
this.
This is where we're talking right here.
OTAG is smart. He said Fruit Loops is the
right
correct answer. Yes.
I don't
thank you.
hate Fruit Loops. I would definitely hit that. Cuz says Cookie Crisp. Is that the ones that literally look like cookies?
Yes. Now my family would never.
Yeah,
Buy that
we were
for me?
poor at that point. So
No. It wasn't about being poor. They just wouldn't buy it
we were
because
poor.
it literally looked like cookies, and so they wouldn't give it to me. So
We were poor. The Tates were poor.
Mm.
We were in the Navy at that point. We didn't have any money.
Commodore Crunch. We
There's
need to make our own fucking cereal.
No, there is one. There's Commodore Crunch.
it's
Chip
not.
says Blueberry, Cookie Crisp, Cocoa Puffs, CTC, all others that leave chocolate milk behind.
Okay, I'm going to write myself a note. Give me that pen. Because I'm going to go, although we've talked about iconic cereals, I'm going to go take a picture of the Walmart cereal aisle now because that shit's ridiculous.
Actually, me and my friend Gabe that runs the Missouri site on the 24/7 network now, we send each other pictures of the cereal aisle.
Because it's
insane.
crazy now. It's not cereal. Like, it is literally the candy aisle.
Mike says RFK Jr. is going to be disappointed with you guys.
He is true. But it
Michelle
would have
Obama,
to also understand what he says.
Both sides of the aisle, Michelle Obama would not be very happy with this either. OTAG says, now that I'm an adult, Raisin Bran Crunch is a solid choice.
Yes. Especially in your 50s.
Revenge says Count Chocolate to make the list.
Oh.
But that's basically Cocoa Krispies, right? It's the same concept.
Count Chocula. Was it the same? Was it like a rice?
No, I'm thinking that was like Corn Crisps. But I don't know.
I don't remember Count Chocula. I remember the little the vampire, but I don't remember what it tastes like.
Colleen says Kellogg's just came out with some ice creams, so Apple Jacks ice cream is currently a thing.
That sounds horrible.
No, that sounds amazing, actually.
Sounds awful. I'm sorry.
No, Apple Jacks are awesome.
So here's my thing. Like, if you're gonna have an ice cream, I'm not a fruity ice cream person.
No,
Just
you're
not.
she's a mint
I
chocolate
need
chip
chocolate, mint chocolate chip, vanilla, chocolate chip. Like a really good chocolate chip ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I mean,
Well, I will say
hate
though,
it.
when I go to Louisville and we go to Grater's in Louisville, when they in the summertime they have peach ice cream. It's made from
That's
fresh
cash money.
peaches, and that's cash money.
plenty of peaches. Peaches for me.
You can
plenty of
also order
peaches,
it
peaches for
online,
food.
so I might have to do that this year.
I don't know that you need that.
I think I
Chip
need
Chip
it.
says, I remember when Lucky Charms didn't have purple horseshoes and rainbows.
Oh.
Damn, he and I are the same age. But I
Well,
don't
here's
know
the
that.
thing. I guess it's woke cereal.
Dude, we were poor as shit. I didn't have anything at this point.
Wheaties. Oh no, because we would have what's his name or her name?
Yeah, I know you're talking about Jenner.
Jenner. Yeah, Christian. No, not Chris.
Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner. I'm sorry. What's Bruce Jenner's name now?
I don't remember.
Maddie. What's Bruce Jenner's name now?
Anyway, Wheaties. I would have those at Takatoka, but that was the only time I ever had
Oh,
them.
you know who else would have been on the Wheaties? Any Olympian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton.
For sure.
Who's the bitch that?
Carrie
the girl
Strug.
that hobbled.
Carrie Strug.
Is that what her name?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember her name. Yeah.
Wheaties pretty good. Mike says residual chocolate milk is the bomb.
Yes, it's like an extra dose of deliciousness.
It just didn't really hit me the right way, but I respect what people
I will
say
say
about
the
that.
only thing I can say about it is that it's kind of lukewarm by the time you finish eating the cereal out of it. So it's
Well, it depends on how quick you eat it.
That is true.
Post-chocolate cereal milk for me is like Pearl Jam. I don't like it. I'm not going to listen to it, but I respect the people who do. Chip
I'm
says...
gonna make you drink some chocolate milk from my Cocoa Krispies.
I thought you were going to say something else.
You know what? Since we talked about Cocoa Krispies on here, it would be a tax deduction if I went out and bought Cocoa Krispies.
Chip says all that hype about adding a new marshmallow shape during Saturday morning cartoons. GTFO. He felt.
Oh, do you feel
He
violated?
felt baited and switched. Is what he felt like. Raven says the amount of refined sugars in that stuff is amazing.
Yes.
Thanks, Dad. That is such a dad thing to
So
say.
when I take the pictures of the cereal at Walmart, I'll make sure to get the nutritional value on the side.
D Lucky says peanut butter Captain Crunch, which is peanut butter crunch. Yeah, it is really good. Apple Jacks, Captain Crunch, Smurf Berry Crunch.
Oh, everything has a crunch. I like it.
If Smurfette's involved, maybe, because I would have definitely, I would have liked to have gone on a date with Smurfette. Actually, you're kind of like Smurfette, actually. Chip says, you want to mess with a captain, you agree to sacrifice the roof of your mouth.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, yeah, it kind of
That is
scratches
true.
you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is true, Chip. I've forgotten that.
Don, who is from Holland, he says Pops, Honey Smacks, and
Pops. I hadn't thought about corn pops.
Alphabets.
Alphabets. I hadn't thought about that guy.
Isn't Alphabets basically like a knockoff version of Lucky Charms, though? Or no?
Alphabets. I thought Alphabets was only like the corn cereal. I didn't think there was anything sweet in it.
What the fuck? You don't get any... There's no payoff?
No, I thought it was like regular Cheerios, but I could be wrong.
Oh, my God.
Not even Honey Nut
Boy,
Cheerios.
if you go back to Bad Girls and all you're thinking about is the boring stuff, then I would not be watching that movie.
Well, that's okay.
Run24 said did a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Golden Grahams, and Raisin Bran. That sounds like exactly what I was doing, bro. And we were poor at that
S'more
time, so we were at the commissary buying shit,
I don't know
whatever
about
was
s'more
cheap.
cereal, Chip.
S'more cereal is a sleeper if you can find it. I don't know about that one. Mike says, my granddaddy used to eat Post Toasties for breakfast.
Toasties.
It sounds like a small titty with like a big nipple.
I don't know what that is.
So I don't know. I've never had that problem.
Yes.
Cuz says CC Sabathia was a big cereal fan as well. He also was like 300 pounds. Had a hell of a left arm though. Otag says, got to get them plump. We're still talking about whether you like them thin or plump. Let's see. Chip says, I have made CTC ice cream. I know what CTC is, but it's not coming to me right now. Runner24 says, crispy wheat and raisins and raisin nut bran. As regular raisin bran alternative. Raisin nut bran, I've definitely enjoyed that.
Raisin nut bran.
And what's the
You
one
know,
with
we're
the O's?
actually going to check out the cereal aisle. We normally skip that when we go shopping.
What's the one with the O's? Honey O's or something
Honey
like
Nut
that?
Cheerios?
No. Like the brand, it was strictly just brand, but it was O's.
I don't know.
Colleen says Count Chocolate is like a chocolate version of Lucky Charms. Okay, we got some clarification on
Okay.
that.
We might have to hit some Count Chocula if we can find it.
Stoop Up says Cinnamon Toast Crunch all day. Also, Kellogg Raisin Bran is better than Post.
Oh, I don't know. We might have to have a cereal off here.
Yeah, Stoop Up. We're going to have a cereal off for sure. She asks, Colleen, have you had the mini versions of cereals? The mini Cinnamon Toast Crunch is amazing. Josh likes the mini Reese's Puffs. So
Oh, interesting.
I don't understand a mini.
Maddie came back with Caitlyn. Caitlyn Jenner. That's right.
Caitlyn Jenner, yes. Bruce
Forgot.
Jenner's former or current. Yeah.
The current name.
Mini versions of cereals. I don't know. Does that mean like a smaller box, or does that just mean like?
Oh, no. I think it's just their little tiny.
Runner24. I bet this was really clever when he came up with it, and I'm so far behind on the chat. I'm sorry. Colleen was updating us on alphabets. Had two versions. One was very similar to Lucky Charms. The other didn't have any marshmallows.
Okay, I think the one that didn't have marshmallows is the one I was like,
That's like the
understand.
Bad Girls where it's just handies and it's not anything else,
Jay.
which is thumbs down on that.
your analogies need to stop.
Don Property says lots of generic Frosted Flakes from the aforementioned white generic aisle, which we talked about last week. And I think some other folks acknowledged that was a thing.
What box is this cereal? No.
Dude, we had some folks jump on the chat last week to say they have been in that aisle. I kind of have been in the aisle because of the commissary. It got very generic at times. I swear it was D Lucky that said that he was familiar with this too. I can't remember for sure though.
Cereal.
I think it was D Lucky though who was familiar with that. Chip says Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I knew
Okay.
CTT stood for something that
Oh,
we were
effing
absolutely...
amateurs. Oh, he throwing some shade up in here on our cereal chat.
Wow. Let's see. Mike gives some clarification on Post Toasties was their version of cornflakes. Kellogg's won.
Ah.
Okay. I think Post took a hit. CW
Yeah.
was great in the 1860s, but in the 1960s it took a big hit there. But
So
Tootsie,
here we have homework for everybody.
well, Tootsie had.
We have a follow-up from our iconic cereals discussion.
All right.
Okay. I need folks to go and take photographic evidence
Photographic
of
evidence.
their
Cereal aisle?
cereal aisles when they go to the grocery store this week. And I need to know the amazing options that you have available in your local store.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to see and hear what anybody has to share with us. Oh.
Here it is.
Oh no. No, this is not really.
Don Properdickens sent this photo over. I'm gonna put it up here. He says, just, come on.
I love the ready to eat. No cooking the cornflakes, y'all.
Don sent this over from Holland, so he probably paid 10 cents for that, so I'm glad he did that. Revin says, OMG, white box with white letters. Well, it's black letters, but you know what I mean.
Ready to eat.
Chip says the best generic ever was the white box that said cigarettes. I think we got those at A&P or Del Champs. I literally have a t-shirt that's an A&P t-shirt that I wear somewhat often. Reminds me of my grandma that I love. Stoop Up says French Toast Crunch had me in a chokehold for a minute when I was a kid. French Toast Crunch. Is that a joke?
I don't know. French toast crunch.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I do remember this box.
Wait.
So this is Golden Grahams, but with French toast.
Oh, it looks like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. with
No. These were hard little nuggets. That's why he's saying he was in a chokehold.
God, yeah.
They look like a piece of French toast, quote unquote.
If you take that wrong and it's not sopped up with the milk, you're going to choke on that.
You asked.
It's back. You asked and it's back. Courtney, if I ask for something that I've done in the past that you say no to now?
Still, it's not back.
Are you sure?
100%.
I mean, I thought you said that maybe
Wait,
sometimes.
Do you have another text from Holland coming in?
Hold on, here's another one. This is from D Lucky right here. Beer.
Yum.
Just says beer.
Beer.
Del Champs. D Lucky says Del Champs is where the white box aisle. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Otag says,
that.
if you don't like the cereal, don't eat it. We don't care.
Is that the tagline?
Beer. Dude, when in Oklahoma, they had this place called QT or Quick Trip.
They have it now. It's here.
I know we have one here, but they used to have a beer called Quittin' Time, QT Quittin' Time, and it was just like gold. It said QT Quittin' Time. That's all it said on it. And my girlfriend's dad used to pound that shit every Friday, and I was like, why does this guy come home on Friday nights and fucking pound beer? That seems lame. And now that I'm 50, I'm like...
You're like, I come home, I don't
get it.
pound that damn beer.
I get it.
Get the bourbon.
After I spend a couple hours on the bunker,
It'll make you want to pound something.
mitigate these disputes that go on all the time between, you guys who are on the bunker know exactly the people I'm talking about. I'm just like, I need bourbon and I need it right now. Like right now. These people, they say they're going to file suit against each other and all this bullshit. I don't know what to do about it. Let's see. Chip says, anyone remember waffle O's? My mom loved those. I don't remember those right off. Don says, truthy, Lucky. Old man brought home white cans of beer. You knew your mom's was in deep D Lucky said, Don, she was not alone. I'm glad we can laugh about this now, guys. I'm glad we're all really well-adjusted adults.
Oh,
And
my goodness.
We can put the...
None of us have issues that we discuss on here.
I discuss with my therapist personally, but maybe you guys don't go to therapy. I might be the only one that's in therapy. You're not, so...
I kind of tag in on with you.
Oh, yeah.
We only get one.
I always tell Rebecca that I'm bringing you as a character witness because I say I trust her judgment on things better than mine. And she goes, I don't hear that from a lot of husbands. Well, guess what? I'm not most
It's that
husbands.
time. Yeah, Jay's a unique one.
Oh, wait, is it almost that time?
It's about that time, Jay. It's 10 o'clock.
Don said, Chip said, Don got the chat W for that one. That's pretty damn
for
funny.
sure.
That is pretty funny. So anyway, great Courtney's Corner. Courtney would love to see you guys have your. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I would love to see your cereal aisle.
Yes, I need to see everybody's cereal aisle.
At your local.
Y'all are getting the Walmarts here in
I
Montgomery.
would probably go to Walmart neighborhood market if you have a chance.
Because it's kind of like your cereal aisle there is like whatever they're trying out. Kind of like when you go to the chip aisle and they give you Pringles that you've never heard of before.
Oh, I love that.
In the Walmarts, like it's all different kinds of flavors you've never heard of before. Yeah, similar to the cereal aisle where they have Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Eric G says, fights on the bunker. No way, laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't do that on here.
Exactly.
And Mike says, the blend is my therapy.
Yay! We don't even charge a copay. Just bring your bourbon.
We actually had toyed back on show 31 about doing some...
Did you say show 31, really?
Yeah, about some, like one little piece of therapy each week. Like you were talking about.
A piece of relationship advice.
Relationship advice, yeah.
I don't know. We don't have anything to
Well, you
give
didn't
right
you didn't come with anything?
I don't have anything off the fly.
Chip says, I'm going to file an FOIA at JGT to release all bunker fight DMs. Oh my God, dude.
Oh.
It's not daily, but it's probably weekly.
It's weekly, at least. Somebody's calling Jay a douche and yeah, anyway.
This has actually been a pretty sedate week, but last week I had guys threatening to lawsuits against each other.
I mean, come on, people. Get a damn grip.
And I had to ban a guy on Monday or Tuesday who, got real fussy with me about it. I'm going to let him back, because it wasn't that bad, but he needs to chill out. We got some people that really need to chill out. Raven says, what kind of rundown Quick Marts are you going to get pictures of? The one at my house, Raven. You live in a nicer area than I do, fair enough, but...
Maybe we need to. Oh, we could also go to the cereal aisle at what's the name of that place? A Chinese place we like to go eat that has a market.
Oh, the Mr. Chen's.
The Mr. Chen's market. See what they have for cereal.
Otag says, my wife will be at Publix. I'll be at Walmart.
You're the frugal one. I understand. That's the difference in us right here.
Well, I mean,
Jay doesn't like to go to Walmart.
No, I go to Walmart like once a week. But I would prefer to go to Publix, yes.
Jay likes to go to Publix because the clientele is more of his...
It's way more milfy. Way more milfy. And
I like to go to Publix only for the produce. The produce, you can't get produce at Walmart. No. But everything else you can get at the Walmarts typically. And boy, if you want any kind of sauce, you are hooked up at the Walmart.
Wow, they have so many sauces. It's
hey, maybe that's our next one. Best, sauce on what?
I don't know that, Courtney.
Best sauce on what, y'all? Like best sauce on chicken fingers? Everybody loves a chicken finger. I don't care who you are. Everybody loves some fried chicken fingers.
I'm afraid it's too, if you say chicken fingers, there's only 3 that apply. If you say Creole, there's 3 that apply.
No.
If you say gumbo, there's really 2. Because it's really, we know Crystal's the best thing.
Okay, we're just going to do best sauce overall. Whatever sauce that you need to have in your refrigerator or cabinet at all times.
How would you say best hot sauce?
No, we're not doing hot sauce. Okay. No, that's too specific.
So that would include ketchup or...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call ketchup a sauce, ketchup isn't a sauce. Ketchup is a condiment.
Oh my God, you're really going to get down to the brass tacks like that?
Yes, ketchup is a condiment. Yes. Sauce.
A thick liquid served with food, usually savory dishes to add moistness and flavor. Courtney loves the word moist. Courtney, a thick liquid served with food, including kielbasa sausages.
Okay, so you need to go with, is ketchup a sauce?
I don't want to fight about it.
Is ketchup a sauce? I mean, I need to know this. This is important information.
Eric says he'll trade cereal picks for a bourbon blend brain drain Glencairn. Courtney,
we're gonna get some of those.
Hey man, I don't want to be trading picks with guys. I don't want you to be trading picks with guys. So let's just do that.
Shut
up. Colleen says on chicken wings. So the answer to that is going to be Frank's, right? Because it's literally a chicken wing sauce.
No, because some people like lemon pepper. Some people like honey mustard on their wings. Some people like barbecue.
Oh man.
Yes, Raven, you're
Uncle
very
Keith's red
smart.
sauce, of course, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, he loves that. Colleen says sauces are condiments.
I don't know, Colleen. We
And
can have a
Colleen
debate.
is yelling at her screen because she says ketchup is a sauce and a condiment. You can be a human and a hottie. You can be both.
I don't know, man. This is up for debate.
Chip says corner idea: sauce or not sauce. Ketchup is not a sauce, right? Now, Colleen says it is, and technically, according to the definition, it is. I mean,
it makes it moist.
I wouldn't be.
There's no female that likes the word moist. That just doesn't exist. No female likes the word moist.
Don says that's why it's called Courtney's. You spelled it wrong. It's corner, Cornir. Courtney's Corner. JG, you got to relinquish. Actually, you're
that
right.
is true.
You're right.
That is true. It is Courtney's Corner.
Mike's the Strawberry Reaper. We call it the Stultzy.
Oh, the Strawberry Reaper. Now that is
and
no
Colleen
joke.
knows. She knows the truth. She knows.
Okay.
She's going by the letter of the law, which
That's
is fine.
okay. Oh, Chip wants to throw something in here
Is
too.
gravy a sauce? So according to internet, a sauce is a thick liquid, check. Served with food, check. Usually savory dishes, check. To add moistness and flavor.
Okay, so so when we go back to this debate, pull that back up.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Can you see that? You need to pull it back out, Jay. Okay, so it says it's a thick liquid served with food to add moistness and flavor. Okay, I would argue that the ketchup does not add...
What?
Add flavor.
It adds flavor.
Ketchup doesn't really add... I don't know.
What? Takes those
I don't know. Moist, oh, God.
It's tough. It's tough, isn't it?
I don't know. It is tough. It is a big debate. I would not normally say that a condiment is a sauce.
I love that it says also informal alcoholic drinks. She's been on the sauce for years.
It's hitting a little close to home there.
I like the phonetical sauce.
Sauce.
Sauce. She
Sauce.
is saucy.
So everybody needs to Google our condiment sauce.
Not condoms.
Condiments.
Condiments.
Condiments. This is very important.
Colleen says ketchup
Ravin
has
has
so
a very
much
good
flavor.
point. Worcestershire is a sauce, but not a great condiment. Nobody's gonna dip their chicken finger in Worcestershire.
Right, but it's a building block, right? Worcestershire is a great building block.
And you have to have Worcestershire to make the most amazing Chex Mix ever.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And also, Chip says catsup or ketchup. It's definitely K, I think.
Oh, that is a debate.
I'm not a C guy.
See, if it's Courtney's Corner, it's going to be with a C.
Courtney with an I, corner with an I. All right, guys, are we good here? We got a lot of information for Courtney's Corner next week. I don't know if we're going to do sauces, condiments, condoms.
Yes, we're definitely. No, we're not doing
Condom
condoms.
mints.
Best sauce. So everybody needs to do their research. You need to go to your cereal aisle too, because we're going to have follow-up from our homework assignments. That's what I need to know from everybody.
All right. And Colleen, I know she's going to bring ketchup because she thinks ketchup counts as a sauce. And
So it's not a debate. I mean, she has all caps, so you know she's serious.
She feels strongly about it. Chip says Worcestershire is too thin to be a sauce by definition. It's not thick enough.
That's what she.
I was setting that one up for you earlier, and you did not take it like 4 times in a row.
What'd you say?
I kept saying about
thickness.
I said you like the thick bottle
I
here
know.
more so than the length.
I know. That's why I said, of course I
could've
do.
gotten
That's
you
what
like-
I'm used to.
Like a Booker's is like a long one, or a Stellum.
I'm used to short and squatty. All right. Well, we will wrap it up there.
Let's see. D Lucky says, "Have you not watched Mad Men? This catsup ketchup has been settled." Courtney, you're the Mad Men.
I have not
expert.
watched that.
You did watch Mad Men for
I
years.
did, but I didn't watch that episode.
Oh, is it the one where Jessica Chastain got naked?
I don't know.
She said, "I actually hate ketchup. I'm just very passionate. Love."
I understand.
Oh.
All right, peeps. It is
Also, Mike
10
says,
o'clock.
"What would be a saucy boy?"
Jay is definitely a saucy boy.
I am.
Yes, it is 10:06 in the Central Time Zone. It is 11:06
That's my
in the
line.
Eastern Time Zone.
That's my line.
Yes. It's about time to wrap it up.
All right, so we had dozens here tonight.
We did have dozens
Which
at one
we
point.
are extremely grateful to have you guys
Yes.
hanging out with us on Thursday nights, and we will definitely be back next Thursday night, right, Courtney?
Yes, we will be back next Thursday night. Jay will complain all day about how I don't do anything for the show, and then
I said your job is to show up and look pretty, and
here's
I gotta
the
do
thing:
everything
Jay
else.
has nothing else going on Thursdays, so he needs to get his act together and get with those interns and get shit done.
Colleen is
Standing on
standing
business.
on business.
Standing on business.
That's what Drewski would definitely say. She is standing on business.
All right. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Cheers to everybody out there. I still have some in here, so I'll be finishing.
See you guys.
that
Have a
up.
great week, and we'll see you next Thursday. If you guys are brain drainers, we'll see you on Saturday. Game starts at noon. UK Auburn for clinching a piece of the SEC regular season championship against my alma mater, University of Kentucky Wildcats. But I am pulling for the Auburn Tigers. Don't you ever think that I'm not. All right, here we go. Peace and love.